Hello. Greetings! Welcome to High Rollers D&D.
Oh, fuck.
The regular weekly D&D show. Here on Yogscast and on High Rollers D&D. I am your Dungeon Master, Mark Sherlock Humes.
Yay!
Joining me this week, we have...
Oh.
Oh, we're on
this
side. Rhiannon and Tom.
Hello.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hi.
Hi.
We're not dead yet.
Hey.
Kim and Trot.
Hey.
Welcome.
This is the cool. That's the kids' side of the table.
That's the kids'
Hi,
side.
hi. Hello.
I pissed myself.
I'm just going to move my mic. I'm sorry, Sid. It's got that weird electricity thing that's shocking me.
Teacher.
Katie's away for 2 weeks on holiday, so it's just going to be us this week and next week.
In
She's
New York.
New York.
New York.
Hey, New York, what are you doing? Hey!
Hey, I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
Hey, you from Scotland?
I apologise to anybody from New York
and Scotland now.
and Scotland.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
everyone.
seeing as he has so much
Everyone
energy,
just left.
it's applicable he has all this energy because Tommy's a birthday boy on the 14th.
On
Still alive.
On Tuesday.
Happy birthday.
Every year, birthdays fall on a Sunday. So
Yeah,
today
that's
is
how it
my
works. Your
birthday.
We have some cakes. Rhiannon went and got like gluten-free cakes and then vegetarian cakes as well.
Because she the best.
That's all right. You did a good job. So thank you very much.
That's a good response.
Fuck labels.
With that in mind, though, this episode of High Rollers is brought to you by two sponsors this week.
Woo! Double.
Two. Oh, very good. We are sponsored by D&D Beyond and returning sponsor NordVPN.
Yeah.
Chris Trott, tell us about our sponsors this week.
Here we go.
VPN.
Oh, fuck.
Virtual Private Network. Doesn't it sound fantastic? The ability to access and share information discreetly without anyone else snooping or interfering. Think of what you could do with your own VPN. You can access any part of the globe, bypass restrictions what the world tries to put on you, and infiltrate with their meager defenses that are no match for your VPN. You deserve it. Why would there be petty limitations on what you want to access? All you want is to weaponize watch that new show only available in another country right now. You'd happily pay for it too, like a law-abiding citizen. So why let the governments hold you back? Access the world with no borders. With NordVPN now. And we've got a special deal if you sign up with us.
Yeah.
So you get 70% off NordVPN, only $3.49 a month. I don't know why it's in dollars, but there you go. Plus you get an additional month free if you use our little code HighRollersDND, or HRDND, sorry, or just the link that you can see down on the bottom right.
It's in chat.
And it's in chat.
And in the description if you're watching on YouTube.
Thank you, NordILS. VPN.
And everywhere else.
VPN.
VPN.
Not Nord ILS.
Thank you, Nord.
Hey.
I've been using a lot of Nord to catch up on programs and
Shows.
things.
Yeah.
that-
What kind of programs?
The Mandalorian, maybe. It's the only one I gave a shit about. And watching stuff. Check it out. Thank you very much for sponsoring. Nord also sponsor a favourite YouTuber of mine and Nina's. This is a completely random thing.
Go on.
Common Etiquette. Do you guys watch that one?
No.
Very funny. He does a very funny NordVPN sketch about a fake British detective show called Nubbleberry, which is very funny.
Is it funnier than Trots and
Yeah, it's way funnier.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shots fired.
Who else is sponsoring us, Chris Trott?
Oh, fuck yeah. D&D Beyond. Are you sick and tired of goddamn trees?
What?
Don't you just goddamn despise breathing oxygen?
Fuck these guys.
Wish you could waste more time being a total prick? Then screw digital media and let's print out our character sheets and fuck the planet. Let's
there it
waste
is.
countless hours scribbling with our pens and pencils, making mistakes and letting the whole group hate you for holding up their amazing campaign. Why create a character on a website efficiently when you can fuck a tree? And do it wrong for fucking hours? Why keep your campaign flowing by having a dynamic character sheet when you can have your group literally hate you? Why make it easy to find spells and abilities when you
Do you
can...
know the meme with the face of the guy who's like,
Yep.
it's me.
Why make it easy to find spells and abilities when you can spend a decade and die of old age finding it in the index? Don't be a prick.
Don't be a
Check out dndbeyond.com.
That's the new High Rollers sponsorship tagline. Don't be a prick.
Don't be a prick. Use D&D Beyond.
Beyond.
Don't fuck trees.
Adam, Todd, you can add that one to the website for free.
Don't fuck trees as well.
Stop fucking trees.
Fucking trees. Well, thank you, Chris Trott. Last of the announcements for this week, then we'll jump into the recap of a very exciting game. Maybe not the last of the announcements, but certainly the last one I have on my sheet. We're having a January sale over on at the High Rollers merch store.
Yeah, we are.
Which is our whole store just for us now. High Rollers with fresh, is it .freshmerch.com, I think?
Freshmerch.fm.
There you go.
Yep.
There's a big sale on the new Prime collection, excluding the hoodie. So it's the long sleeve t-shirt, the short sleeve t-shirt, the new bronze dice,
Look at
the
me.
slouch beanie. They're all on sale right now. So you go and check those out. We are so close to like tipping over into the like break-even point. So go and like literally buy them, and then we won't lose money.
Yeah. Please
So
do.
go and
They're
check
very
those
cool.
out. Kim's wearing the short sleeve t-shirt.
good.
I've got the hoodie on. Nobody else is wearing the merch.
I got the hat.
We got the hat. That hat is not on sale though, nor is this hoodie I'm wearing.
It's a cool hat though, so buy it.
But
Get 'em anyway.
code High Rollers won't work on the sales items, but it will still work on the hat, the hoodie, our other dice sets, the plastic dice, the gemstone dice, if there's any left, all of that other stuff. The code High Rollers will still get you 10% off those items, but the other items are all on sale. Slouch beanies, like 10 quid, it was 15 quid. The long sleeve t-shirts had like 4 quid slashed off of it.
Good.
Short sleeve t-shirts, like 4 quid off. The dice set, I've got a bunch of money off as well.
Yeah.
Go and
Really
grab
good,
it.
solid.
Go and get
Slash.
Fuck trees.
Slash that.
Anything
Slash.
else?
Fucking trees.
Rhiannon?
Thomas.
Chaos
Oh, are you
Twin?
actually announcing it? Have you made plans?
We've made plans.
All right, go.
You're a Chaos Twin.
You're a Chaos Twin.
We are the Chaos. Hey, man, wow. I sure do love extra content on the High Rollers Twitch channel and by extension the YouTube channel. And that's why me and Rhiannon are going to be starting our gaming streams, starting with Sonic Adventure 2, baby!
2 battles.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it on. Chow Garden
And
is
that's
coming.
going to be about 8 p.m. GMT, Tuesday the 21st, I think it
Yeah.
is. So not
That's
this
the
Tuesday.
first one.
The first one, and we plan on doing it weekly. We're going to just play some dumb games. It's going to be me and Rhiannon, probably not playing the game for 3 hours, but coming up with ways to turn things into games.
Yes.
Board games. We've already got some ideas for Sonic, and it's amazing. And I'm
It's
so
really
excited.
good. It's really good.
Okay, I'm glad.
If you look at
So
Ivan
when's that?
Champion's
21st of January,
21st,
8 p.m.
if that's the Tuesday, I think it's the 21st.
Okay.
Not this Tuesday, the Tuesday after. We're going to be playing some games.
It'll be
Nice.
Like actual human games.
Yeah,
Not
but for humans'
D&D. Not nerd.
Well, I mean, and the other thing,
Wow.
the other thing that Tom and I have been talking about is trying to do a monthly one shot or a
Yes.
monthly kind of like, board games or monthly one shot or something as well.
The
So-
beginning of a new wave of extra stuff
content.
on High Rollers.
So make sure you follow us on Twitch, tick the little bell to get notifications, do the same on YouTube as well, like and subscribe.
there a
all
bell
that
on
stuff.
Twitch?
There is a bell. there is a bell.
There's a fucking.
heart,
There is a
isn't there?
bell.
Oh my god.
Oh, there's a bell.
Ding all the bells.
Ring the bells.
And if you don't mind a bit, Kim, are you back to streaming soon?
Yes.
I am also back to streaming on my own personal channel. Trot, obviously, every week, hat chat and hat film stream.
What the fuck do you do?
I don't
He's
fucking
a fan.
watch them. Rhiannon's been streaming more as well.
I've stopped,
He stopped.
but we'll be coming back with Chaos Twins.
Chaos
Coming out with
Twins.
Twins. I'm playing Witcher 3 on my stream.
Holy
Starting
shit.
Witcher 3 on my stream.
Oh
Starting
my God.
tomorrow.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of...
follow all those things. It's going to be super fun.
Yeah.
Shall we jump into actual D&D?
Dun duns.
Play some dun-duns.
Dun dun
please, Sid.
time. Rock it out.
This.
Sorting out the PayPal.
Welcome everybody.
Sorry, I had to do the really boring stuff.
I thought you were just worrying about the game. Right.
Oh, that too.
Last time on High Rollers, the party have arrived on the continent of Gisela in search of the City of Glass, a flavorful name given to the ruins of Kamina City. En route, the rest of the party becomes suspicious of Nova and Quill following their revelations to each other. Tensions are high. Quill is visited by Hesper in his dreams and discusses the true nature of the gods and their history. Hesper seems older, wearier, and reveals he is trying to figure something out and fears the other children of Siaska will not agree to his plan. Just as the ship begins to land on the outskirts of Kamina City, the party finally learn the truth about Nova, the illusory leadership system, and her contact with Callus Starbane. After a long conversation, the decision is made to destroy the ILS. Lucius remains on the main deck of the ship to keep the pseudo-dragon Vis occupied, whilst the others go to Nova's room and telepathically confirm their decision. However, as Ayla's hammer breaks against the surface of the crystal device, it explodes in a powerful magical detonation that renders Sentry unconscious and blows a huge hole in the ship's hull.
Face.
that is where we begin today's episode.
Yeah.
Sentry having sustained major injuries to her face and one of her eyes. But I also need someone to roll a d10 twice.
Oh, can it be me?
Do it. Kill the past.
Awesome. My favorite thing.
Very out loud state
Wait.
the two results.
Can you use portents on D?
Not on this roll.
Okay.
No. Oh, that's a point, actually. A lot of people saying, wow, Quill forgot portent.
You only had negative.
I had 3 and a 5. Like, I wasn't going to use that on allies. Right. Percentile.
Nope, not percentile, 2 d10s, or a d10 twice.
Okay.
Or just read them as 2 d10s, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've got an 8 and a 6.
An 8 and a 6.
Jeez.
Okay.
I don't know if higher's better or... I mean,
It's going to be
14.
the
Kill count.
It's
14 people have died.
going to be the amount of damage to the ship, isn't it?
No, that's...
No, that was very clear.
So, I mean, the
8 and
explosion...
6, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't clear.
The explosion did 100 damage. So I guess it did that to the ship, right? I don't know.
Okay.
But where indeed?
I like these noises.
Frantic typing,
Okay.
panicked looks.
So, we set the scene. As the Storm Chaser still continues its descent down into the open clearing before Kamina City, we see the smouldering side of the airship. Lucius, Captain Lucius, I've given you a map of the Storm Chaser.
Yep.
You don't need to worry about that one right now, because I'm going to give you this one,
Oh no.
which
oh,
indicates
no.
the damage.
The trees, Mark. I just...
Oh, there are big holes on that map.
It's better than I thought.
The explosion has ripped through the Storm Chaser. From Nova's quarters at the back of the ship,
Wow.
significant portions of the ship have been damaged. However, through a small amount of fortune, no critical systems have been hit.
Okay.
There is, however, 2 things. On your stats, 100 hit points have come off the hull.
Like I've got a pencil.
I can do it. I've also got the notes as well.
So
You
100
can
hit
do
points
it.
have come off the hull.
Yeah.
You have also suffered a major hull breach. A major hull breach's effects include reducing its damage threshold by 10,
Damage threshold.
Oh, I've
which
got it
means
here.
that it can basically, smaller damage will now cause damage to the ship.
Right, okay.
Also, the AC is reduced by 2 for the hull.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
There was
it's now
also a number of crew have been injured.
A number. Oh, not just that one wolf back outside the door.
No.
Kenny.
Roll you
Kenny.
just did.
No. There are cries. They echo throughout the ship. People calling out. You can hear the wolf pack howling, crying out for somebody to come and help. You hear Greylano, the orc doctor that you've hired, dragging people to the med bay to begin dealing with their injuries. The rest of you, I think, 2 of you are gently falling to the ground, Quill and Nova.
I cast
Nova,
fly.
you cast fly, Nova levitated, so you're actually fine. No, Nova is levitating, you levitated.
I
Sentry.
levitate Sentry. I have feather falling to the floor.
So yeah, but you're feather falling to the floor. So Nova, for the moment, you are unaware of everything else going on the ship. Sentry,
Cool.
unconscious. No, you potioned,
I'm up,
so you're up, but you now have the damage to your eye. Quill, you land as you land in this gaping hole, and you can see it didn't just hit Nova's room. It has ruptured into the lower deck, the hold, and above onto the main deck as well.
Pretty much the entire, back.
You can see that it has narrowly missed the helm. Narrowly. By meters, it avoided affecting the actual drive system. The hold is where the wolf pack live and rest.
Oh.
You can see it is now open. There is cargo spilling out of the bottom of the ship. Crates, foodstuffs that have been scattered. Nova's obviously room is also destroyed. Yeah.
Is it on fire?
The ship is not on fire. It was a magical explosion of force. The ready room where you've been conducting your meetings is also all but annihilated. A half of a smouldering table is resting against one side.
That was already broken anyway.
It was. Lucius, you rush down and see this state. You basically stand in the hole, in the main kind of initial hole, looking into where the officers' quarters are, and there is just a gaping hole where Nova's room was. You see everybody else panicked. The dragon around your shoulders is desperately trying to see what's happened. It's trying to peer in to see whatever it can.
And I can see Sentry on the floor.
You can see Sentry on the floor with
Quill.
Ayla and Quill next to her.
Yeah.
You can see that there are cries coming from below deck and being dragged up the stairs behind you. Greylano and Lookout are carrying an injured Wolfpack member. It's one of the men that you have met before. His name is Pasca. Oh no, her name is Pasca. They're carrying her up and they take her into the med bay, and you can see that her body is covered in cuts and splinters, was caught by the explosion, but maybe it looked like managed to kind of turn at the last second, and it's all embedded into her arm and her side and stuff like that, but just managed to survive. Aerois stumbles down, and you can see Aerois is like, there are huge chunks of like wood splinters in her neck and in her arms, like blood's pouring down her face, and she's kind of stumbling down like, is everything all right? What happened? And she can see that she's like, can't really hear in one ear, she's shouting, she's, being blindsided by this explosion. She was up on the helm when the explosion took place. It's fortunate she didn't go flying off the side as well. And then more and more begins to happen. All of the crew basically come out like, what's happened? Howard is like panicking. He's like running around trying to grab stuff. Lancian is desperately trying to hold people back as they're trying to claw in to see what's happened. The ship is still functioning. It just slowly begins drifting down. But yeah.
I think for a minute, it feels very cinematic. You probably have the same in your head, but it seems like one of those moments where things are somewhat... ringing of the ears, everything's muffled.
All of you have like
Slow
blood
motion.
and adrenaline pumping into you, right? Like you've kind of got that fishbowl effect on your hearing.
I'm just looking around at like Aerois walking past and the wolf person being like brought upstairs and then Sentry on the floor. I'm just like looking around at this panoramic of hell.
And Lucius, this is the first time you see Sentry, and her one whole like a part of her faceplate has been blown off, and one of her crystalline eyes is just shattered. It's just broken.
So I'll be indecisive. I'll be like, there's so much going on. I don't know what to go to first. I'm thinking like emotions are overtaking Captain right now.
Okay.
But then as soon as I see Sentry, I will make that my priority and rush over and just ask, are you okay? What's happened?
We destroyed the ILS, and it just exploded.
Quill, I have to ask you a very important question.
Okay.
How are you communicating? Because you just said we destroyed the ILS, and I need to know if that was out loud.
Out loud.
It sounded like it was out loud.
Out loud, like, fucking, I just got blasted out of the ship and flew back.
Your Sentry, your face.
What's wrong?
You can feel the damage. You know that something's happened, but
I'm okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. We just need to figure out what's going on.
you don't see Nova. Neither of you two see Nova around.
Let me try and do something.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Mending on her face.
It's not enough to heal the damage to the eye. You can't repair shattered crystal, but you can begin to heal like the parts that have broken. You kind of find like a piece of the faceplate and hold it up. And you can kind of weld it back on, but this eye is missing. It's just like blown into it.
While I'm doing this, I'm like, where's Nova? Where is she?
Nova's
Ayla like
Where's
points
Nova?
over the deck of the ship, like,
She's overboard?
but she's fine. It's floating
She
down.
had the Featherfall token, same as me. She's going to be down there, but
But she exploded out of it. Is she okay? Featherfall is one thing, but
Yeah, she's alive. And you see Ayla, like, as she's kind of like on the ground next to Sentry, the lightning is crackling, but there's something else. The explosion, you can see that she's not quite there. She's like, you've seen it before when she goes into like, she has these memories where it's just, she just doesn't seem to be with you for the moment. She's still conscious, but she's somewhere else at the same time.
is the lightning
not quite
like
with
out of control? Or
Not
is
out
it-
of control, but like arcing up and down her
Yeah.
body. Like it's and that's just, you've seen that where it's when she gets cross.
Emotional.
Yeah, way emotional and angry. There is a deep kind of voice that kind of materializes behind Lucius as the glowing form of Helios. What has happened? What is the ILS? What did you destroy?
Helios, with all due respect, I have captain's duties. And I'm going to push past him.
Okay, make an intimidate check for me.
14.
It's enough where he doesn't challenge you for now. He kind of is like, he takes a step back. You don't think that he's never going to bring this up again, but right now he recognizes there's a crisis and he's just steps back.
I'll turn around and say, if any of you feel like you're seriously injured, go to medbay now.
That's what I intend to do, to heal the injured.
And anyone that's able, please come with me.
I'm coming to help.
Okay.
So I want to try and rush down to Greylano and...
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have a layout of the ship now. The medbay is actually on the same floor, I think, as the crew's quarters. And I have labeled who's where on the original. So
Okay.
if you go to the original one, it will have the name places of where everything is.
Okay,
That over, yeah.
sweet. So we're currently on the lower deck, right?
So you are currently in the crew's quarters, so where Nova's was.
Yeah.
So yeah. So actually, is one up. So the medbay is actually a deck up from you.
Okay.
So you can begin making your way up there as you follow in the injured. Where are Lucius and Sentry going?
I'm going to check, looking at the explosion and the greatest amount of damage surrounding area, I'll probably go down the deck and check the hold.
Yeah. So you head
See if there's
down.
anyone I need to drag up to medbay.
Immediately, you are confronted by the twin Ethereum engines of the airship, and there is a sigh of relief as everybody realizes they've not been damaged. They are intact, nothing, no damage whatsoever. The explosion doesn't seem to have reached this point. But you can already see there is a crowd at the door leading into the hold. You can see the wolf pack. Kamara is like howling. You can see her just like crying into the wind as they're gathered around what looks to be a dead body. You can see that it's been partly ripped apart by the explosion.
Okay.
As you begin making your way through it, they kind of push through. The wolf pack are all in mourning at the moment, so they don't react really to you as you kind of like step aside, push away, and you can see the member of the wolf pack who is dead. You recognise it is not Faith. It is a young male wolf pack member called Metz. He was lively. He was quite young, quite aggressive and competitive. You remember drinking with him. You're probably the only one who actually knew his name out of the rest of the crew. I don't, and maybe Sentry actually, because you were morale. Like, I think he was a very minor part of the wolf pack, but they are just they're just in mourning. They're horrified that this has happened. Kamara manages to pull herself together enough to kind of grip you by the shoulder and just be like, "Are we under attack? What happened?"
No, there is no attack.
What happened? Was it? It can't have been the engines. Was what?
I'll report to you soon. Let's just care for our people for now.
There's a moment where it looks like she's going to snap back to you, and then it's like, yes, okay. Would they've taken Pasca up to the med bay? She's injured, but she's alive. We'll deal with this. And she kind of like starts organizing it. I mean, there's really nothing you can do about the damage right now. A quick assessment reveals that there is no urgent threat now to the airship. The damage has been done. There's a huge hole in it. The hull has lost structural integrity, but you're still there.
I think what's important is for us to land as soon as possible and allow everyone to step off ship for some fresh air and take the time to do the proper rites.
She nods. Make a persuasion check for me.
Why is the 3? But plus 8, 11.
Okay. 11, it's not going to be enough. On the back sheet of the ship information, or not on the back sheet, but on one of the sheets, you will find a crew loyalty. I need
Guess
you.
blowing them up is not good, right? For morale.
I need you specifically for the wolf pack. I need you to take their loyalty down by 4.
What are they currently on? What's the limit?
You don't know.
The loyalty is currently 12.
12.
I wonder if it's
Now,
like
8.
So take that 4.
yeah.
Yeah. So 12 minus 4, 8.
Anything below 10 is bad.
Who knows?
You don't know.
It's a mind thing.
So yeah, Quill, you rush up to the med bay and you can see Greylano is desperately trying to pull Aerois in, who is like, "No, I need to get us landed. The boy doesn't know how to do it." And Greylano is like, "No, for goodness sakes, sit down. You can barely hear, you can barely see out of this eye. Let me take a look at you."
Do I know enough medically to know that if I was to use a healing spell, that would repair?
Oh yeah, like
Hearing
yeah, absolutely. Healing spell will not only give like it kind of like clears up minor injuries like cuts, bruising, but it would also help with things like concussion and minor kind of dizziness and stuff like that. It also gives like energy back. You can see that those are the people that have been injured, including yourself. You've had like the air knocked out of you. You're like heavy, deep breaths. Like you feel like you've just gone 10 rounds with a minotaur or something.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It feels like you've had the crap beaten out of you. You feel sore. You feel stiff. Those of you who have lost significant hit points, like you feel miserable.
Okay. Aerois, we do need to land the ship quickly, but at least before you go, and I'll cure wounds her at level 2.
Cool. Roll it.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but 8.
8 hit points. It's enough where and Greylano is like, oh, hang on, and then she's desperately trying to pull out bits of wood so that it doesn't heal around them as you're like conjuring the magic. And she's like, ugh, and she pulls the majority of the ones out, and then the smaller ones just kind of get pushed out as the magic heals over the wound. And Aerois kind of like shakes her head, and she's like, okay, I'm fine. Deal with them, Greylano. Quillic, thank you. I'm going to go deal with the ship. And then she heads back upstairs.
Yeah.
Greylano turns to you and is like, don't worry about using the rest of it. Save your energy in case there's anything more serious.
Is there anyone critically injured at all? Anyone?
She gestures, and you can see laying on the bed is this member of the wolf pack, Pasca. Her clothing's all been shredded. She's got like multiple lacerations over her. She barely looks like she's breathing, but Raynar's like, I've stabilized her condition. She's going to recover, but yes, it's going to take some time for her to heal up. But I think that it is better she rests naturally than magical healing right now.
Right, okay. Where do I go now?
So far, I think whatever happened, are we under attack? What happened?
Not quite. No, I'm trying to fix everything.
Well, right now there are no more injuries. Just Miss Aerois, Pasca, and unfortunately, one person is already deceased. Metz, a member of the pack.
Right. Okay.
But everyone else seems fine. I heard that Sentry was injured. Does she need medical care or?
Yes. No, I will go there instead. Yes.
Well, Quillic, do not feel you need to use your magic. If we're not under attack, come here. I can accelerate natural healing, but they need to come here and rest.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. And she kind of dismisses you.
Yeah.
As you go, Nova, you're just floating, like slowly descending about. It takes you like a minute, 2 minutes, and then you just touch down on soft grass. You can see trees all around you, and it's weird, right? You can see the ship, but all that noise, the explosion, your ears are still ringing a little bit, but there is just tranquility down below. But you just look up and you see this huge hole. And just smoke.
I think that'll be it. I'll just be stood there in shocked silence, like watching it fly overhead.
And I think around you there is debris, like where cargo's been blown out, hull's been shattered around you, sort of, because you would have landed after it. So you're just kind of stood in this debris, just looking up at the ship as it begins descending down again.
How high up is it?
It's going to take maybe probably the same as you did, about 2 minutes to properly land and descend.
Okay.
But it's coming.
But so I can see it descent. And when I see it descent, does it look like a controlled descent, or does it look like
It looks controlled. Okay. I would say that from you looking at it, if there was a problem with the engines, the Ethereum engines, you'd see it. Like, it'd be noticeable. But there doesn't appear to be. It seems to be fully powered, fully in control. Controlled descent. The other thing is, what's your passive perception on Nova?
Not very good.
No?
9.
So, okay, you're transfixed on the ship. You just can't pull your eyes away. So in the interest of time, is there anything specific you guys want to do, or should we just jump to when the ship finally lands and the panic is
all I'll say is
with?
I'll respect the whatever they're doing with Metz and join in where I can, and obviously not overstate too much.
Roll an insight for me.
Yes. 18.
18. You get the sense that right now the best thing you can do is not be involved at all. You need to be a captain right now. They don't need somebody who's going to be sympathetic. They need somebody who's going to take charge of this. They don't need your sympathy. They need your affirmative action.
Okay, in which case...
You're like, this is them. You're not part of this yet. You need to be the captain.
Okay, in which case I'll verbally, quite audibly, speak to Kamara and say, I'm going to top deck, and you'll receive orders soon.
Aye, Captain. And you kind of hear like a muttered kind of like, aye, Captain. And then I think just as you go, Kamara turns around and whispers like, you'll tell me what happened after.
Absolutely.
She nods and goes back. Come on, let's prepare his body. Let's get this all cleared out. Get your things. We're going to have to move up to the top deck until this is repaired. And as she begins commanding the rest of the pack into taking
I think walking away from that, Lucius' captain shit's gonna drop.
Yep.
And the realization of everything that's just happened is gonna just break him.
Yeah. Okay.
But he'll stumble his way to top deck.
I think there's almost a moment where as you begin moving away and you see like the wolf pack are all crowded in this tiny like doorway looking into the damaged thing. Probably Faith just reaches out and like touches your arm as you kind of brush past as you make your way up. And yeah, you find the rest of them basically. Like Sentry, I'm assuming you're just kind of following around at this point.
Yeah,
or...
like, I'd probably spend like 20 points from my lay on hands pool, just like seeing if anybody's got any like injuries.
Everybody else? Nobody else. It's almost a miracle, right? Like it looks to be that the areas that were hit, the ready room, none of you were in. The helm hit Aerois slightly.
Yeah.
The Nova's room, you were all in, and then it just seems to be that this back hold where the wolf pack were, 2 of them were resting. The rest were all on duty, right? They were in the engine room, they were on the deck, they were attending the sails, they were all doing their jobs.
Yeah.
Nobody else has been injured by this explosion. It's somewhat of a miracle, really, in a way that it didn't hit anybody else.
I'm probably like as I'm walking around, I'm having like massive like solving flashbacks. So I'd be like just finding links, like people running.
Like kind of like the ringing in your ear is like
Yeah.
you almost have like a flashback to like a bombardment from like a cruiser or something like that, and stone kind of being shattered all over you, and like raising the shield up to protect civilians.
Yeah.
Like and that kind of dizzy kind of feeling as you're making your way through.
So I'm trying to find order, but I'm also just like freaking out a little bit.
Okay.
That's cool.
Are you walking around with like your weapons drawn?
Ooh, maybe a hand on my axe, just like
Hand on your axe and your
just
shield,
ready,
like
just
ready,
like,
kind of
yeah.
moving around. I think you eventually make your way up to the top deck, and you kind of look around, and it kind of snaps you back because you see sky, and you realise like I'm on the ship. You kind of come back to reality, and as the ship is lowering, you see in the distance over the tree line, you see this ruined city, Kamina City, and this glass scar in the middle of it. Right, this kind of like section of the city that's been transformed into glass. And as you're looking, you see a golden guardian flying with wings of light. And you've seen it before when you've had these memories. You see it raising a hand out, and a voice in your mind speaks to you.
It's moving. It's not a statue.
It's like flying up in the air, like hovering above the city. And it's distant, but you can see it clearly, like a very feminine guardian with these wings of light, staff in one hand, and it's holding its hand out to you. And she says, in your mind, you hear this. You hear, the path to your destiny awaits. And then it just goes. Like somebody calls your name, and you're like, and then you look back, and she's gone.
Oh man, I think after that, I'm just going to sit on the floor. just slump, just on the floor.
2 minutes go past. Aerois lands the ship. It's in a bad way. But the ship is landed. The injuries have been dealt with as best they can. Nova, you look up. The gangplanks are lowered so that you can come back on board.
Is it near me? Like
It lands pretty much where it was.
I would have definitely communicated via messaging ring to Nova to check in and say, are you okay?
I think in the moments that I land and I see it coming down, I'd probably hold Tiangong and say, what have I done? What have I done? And
there is a feeling you get back. Maybe not a word, but a feeling of sympathy, but also it's hard to describe. You feel sympathy, but it's like you get the sensation of when your father would be sympathetic but disappointed in you. You get that kind of sensation. As the ship the gangplank is lowered.
We all got messenger rings back now. Right.
All of you currently have messenger rings because he was attuned to one as well.
Yeah, I think I took one
Aerois
from
doesn't have
Aerois.
the messenger ring at the moment.
Everyone, I need to report this to the crew. I will handle the diplomatic side of it.
Okay.
That's okay.
Is that over the messenger ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you hear this as well.
I will state that Starbane was involved. Transparency, I think, is crucial for us to maintain a good relationship with our crew if we're to be putting them in Starbane's way.
Do you need us there with you?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So you gather the crew.
I'll gather the Aerois and the Kamaras to report to them.
So specifically, okay, I'm interested. So do you gather every named NPC, or are you just Aerois?
Yeah, I'll gather people that can then relay that to every department.
Okay, all right. So probably Howard, Greylano, Kamara, Aerois.
Anyone that's on top deck as well will be able to hear it.
Those are the most senior. Like Lancian, Lookout, and Penny don't need to be there because Howard or Greylano will probably tell them. But Greylano and Howard actually have roles on the ship. They're the cook and the doctor. So they'd probably be the most important people to have there. And then Kamara and Aerois, obviously. What about Helios?
Yeah,
Okay, bring Helios as well.
Can I,
he'll be there anyway, right?
on hearing
you will.
that,
Yeah.
can I go invisible when I'm outside of the ship and make my way back on?
Yeah, how long does it last? An hour?
That's a good point, actually.
I think it lasts an hour.
Hour.
So if you've got 2 spell slots, you can keep it up for 2 hours if you want. Yeah. You become invisible and you make your way back onto the ship. Just out of interest, roll a stealth check for me. You have advantage because you're invisible. I do this for a certain birdman's knowledge. Because even an invisible creature...
13.
13, okay.
No,
So
was it?
It was 13.
Oh, okay.
even with your bonus?
You won my bonus.
Okay. So most people, even if other people's passive perception, they probably hear something but wouldn't necessarily know it's you. Quill, this is what Quill does, and I think he's going to know that you're there invisibly. But only Quill is going to know. So yeah, you gather everybody up. What do you do? So there's a couple of things. So I think Ayla basically is like, I need to sit down for a minute. My head's being funny. I'm remembering weird stuff. I need 10 minutes.
Go to Medbay.
Yeah, all right. And she kind of stumbles off. What do you do with the pseudo-dragon?
The pseudo-dragon I will allow to be near me.
Okay. Interesting.
Mark is living.
All right, I'm going to have to write some notes.
I'm not able to.
Where are you going to have this meeting? On the deck?
Top
Because
deck.
the ready room is gone.
Top deck.
Okay, so on the top deck, on the top of the ship. Great. So you assemble everybody there. They're all... You can see that there's that nervous energy, right? People are they don't know what's happened. You're not under attack, but something just exploded and killed a member of the crew, and everybody's feeling pretty freaked out about it. Helios has just got his arms folded and is just waiting to hear the explanation. Everybody else is what's going on? Whispering to each other. Aerois is quiet, and you get the sense that she at least has an understanding of what's happened. She doesn't know the details, but when you travelled with Aerois, you did tell her somewhat about Starbane, but she didn't know about the ILS. So she knows that this is probably a Starbane thing.
What colour was the explosion?
Purple, of course.
Okay.
What other colour would it be?
Just wondering if anyone saw that.
Maybe they did.
Maybe they did.
Certainly the people that were nearly blown up by it.
Last thing they saw was purple.
So you gather everybody up, and I think that when you step out, there is the first person to speak is Helios. Captain Lucius, what happened?
Crew, we're all rattled. Something terrible happened. There was an explosion. And first of all, I wish to report that a member of our crew has unfortunately passed on. Metz of the Wolfpack.
Oh, and there's from Greylano and Howard, there is a visible Howard just looks really sad. And you see Kamara just lower her head and her ears kind of droop down. And you've rarely seen Kamara sad. She's always got this aggressive, motherly attitude towards her. And she looks like a grieving mum. She just lowers her head. She kind of sniffles a few times, and her claws and her hands are just bunched, in fury at her side.
This is a time for us all to stand together because we can be compromised like we were today. I wish to report that we are not under attack. However, in some ways it was an attack. Starbane technology has appeared in our ship and thus has compromised the ship.
What? What technology? How did it get here?
We have obviously, as a group, been quite close to Starbane, technology itself, pursuing, going through portals, and it has ended up on the ship. And unfortunately, it has compromised our ship. We all need to be more alert and aware of anything that is unidentifiable or foreign in any way and needs to be reported to any of the officers.
I would like you. You have not lied. You have told the truth, but you've excluded details. And I think that this isn't a deception, but you're saying, the way you're speaking is almost like trying to cover it up with this, like, we need to be aware, blah, blah, blah. So make a persuasion check for me. And this is less lying, and it's more like, how well do you convince people to just, that's the issue, and to leave it alone, right?
19.
19, okay. So I'm going to roll a couple of insights for the key characters. Okay. Okay. So that's Howard, Greylano, Helios,
It's a good thing Nova's invisible.
Kamara.
Shaken left and right.
That's it, just needs it. So I will tell you, who has a passive insight-wise, who is above a 15?
Me.
Just Quill?
17 I've got.
17. Quill, as Lucius is speaking, you see even Helios is like, they take it quite seriously. They don't seem to pick up on that he's glossed over some things. But Kamara, you can see that she is not accepting that as an explanation and doesn't quite buy it. Doesn't quite buy it.
Right.
What that means, you don't know, but sure, that's what you know. So they kind of nod, and Howard is like, Starbane technology on the ship. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that we'd be going up against a remnant.
The truth of the matter is, we are all at the forefront of essentially a war. It has happened under our noses, and Starbane forces are infiltrating Aerois as we speak.
What? No, it can't be. Whisper, whisper.
This is why we are on this journey, to do what we can, and we must all band together.
Forgive me, Captain, Greylano kind of steps forward, but what can we do? We're just one ship with a few specialists.
We have already done a lot, and thanks to you, we've achieved a great thing that we couldn't have done it without this airship and without this crew. We've closed a portal.
Very well. I did try and warn you, Captain Lucius, and Miss Nova. This technology cannot be trusted. It may seem valuable. Sentry Guardian knows this. Their weapons, their technology will be attractive to all of you. But it cannot be trusted. It is dangerous, powerful, unstable. Listen to the captain. Come to me if you need to. I have some experience with this technology, as does the Sentry Guardian and Miss Nova. If you are uncertain of what it is, consult with us.
Thank you, Helios.
He nods. I
No,
believe you've skimmed fucking Helios finding out. Whoa!
Starbane technology is banned from the Storm Chaser.
Helios is very pleased with that.
So Sentry.
Nova just invisibly listening to all of this.
I hope you all stick together and stick with us as we try and do the right thing.
There is a general nod. It's not a celebratory thing. This isn't a victory speech, but there is a firm yes.
We will be returning to a port town as soon as we can to make repairs. Anyone who no longer wishes to be part of the crew will happily be dismissed with payment and without any repercussions.
Okay, noted. Aerois gestures. It's like, while we have the captain, while we have most of the officers here, we'll need to check in with Engineer Nova when she's back. But the ship can fly, but this hull damage is quite severe. If we are under attack, this will hinder us quite badly. This area is not. It is not overrun with piracy, but it can happen. There are also creatures. My advice is, if we intend to stay in this area for a while, Captain, perhaps the crew and some others can go and try and fetch some local timber. There's a forest here. We may be able to patch it up a little bit by ourselves whilst you conduct whatever business you have in this
Absolutely. I will put that in your care.
All right, very well.
On top of that, treat this place as your home. It is your home and has been for weeks now. Protect it from any outside forces. I put that in the Wolfpack's care.
Kamara looks up, and there is a... Because you didn't notice what what Quill did. When you say, like, this place is your home, treat it as, protect it, she looks and she meets dead eyes with you, these yellow wolf's eyes. Oh, I guarantee it, Captain. I'll protect it. I'll come and speak with you later. Just nods her head.
A little bit rattled by that, but I try and stiff up a lip bit.
Sure.
Thank you. We, as a group, must leave and explore this city. We will report anything back as soon as we can, but stay alert and take care of each other.
They nod. Yeah. And I think that the only person who walks away, as everybody kind of dissipates, even Helios seems very happy with that explanation. You think he's probably going to come and ask you more details, but he seems okay for now. There's just a moment where, like, just before she's about to head back down into the low decks, Kamara looks at all of you that she can see and just, like, looks one last time and then goes back downstairs. It's an ominous stop, turn, and then down.
I think Lucius will dismiss that. Well, not dismiss it, but assume
future problem.
Assume it's because of she's mourning.
Okay, sure.
And get the wrong impression.
Okay, cool.
What now then? Do we go elsewhere to figure out this entire mess?
Nova, where are you? Let's band together for a second.
Oh, my friend Rhodey had a good idea, by the way. Whenever you do telepathic communication, you could do this and be like...
Oh, hold the tea.
Telepathy. Obviously, it doesn't work for the podcast,
No.
but it's like telepathy.
Yeah. Trying to think of it.
Or we all knock up our voices a pitch. Or do radio outs.
Over.
Or just the universal. This is what I always do. I'm like,
Hold it.
Temple.
yeah, Professor Exit.
Morse code.
Yeah.
So let's all learn Morse code.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right, let's get back into it. Stop trying to avoid it, Kim. If I crack a joke, I'll delay having to have this conversation.
Did that go well? Was that
It went very well, Lucius. You managed to convince most of them.
most?
Kamara, I don't believe, was convinced wholly with the reasoning. So
That's not good.
I think it should be, if she does come to speak to you later, we should all be there as officers of the Storm Chaser, not as...
What would we say? What would we say?
We could just tell her the truth, tell her everything.
I mean, if we...
Tell her that Nova smuggled Starbane technology and then we blew it up in our own ship.
Maybe not to that extent, but
What do we say?
elaborate a little more, perhaps.
I don't know. I think if you told the truth, but not all of it. I think if you elaborate further, that will only anger her that you hid some more from the rest of the crew. I think she just needs to be convinced that we're all on the same side, even though what happened happened.
We had some disagreements about whose side whose people are on. Imagine someone from the outside assessing this.
I think this is all in the messenger rings anyway, isn't it? Like,
Yep. Making sure. Nova, I'd really appreciate your input on this. Are you okay?
Oh, you're looking at me. I'm not.
I'm looking at you, but
You're looking
I
at
don't know
dead
where,
space.
I don't know where you are.
Staring at a wall.
Nova.
Nova, you need to know this wasn't your fault. This happened, sure, but this is one outcome of thousands. This could have gone a million different ways. This is
We should have
bad.
known, we should have all known better that Starbane technology is not to be trusted and to just hammer it and it will go away. Of course, it's going to have fail-safes and security.
I think on Quill saying that, I'll come out. Nova will come out of.
Like a predator, just
Invisibility.
like. I mean, Quill, you knew she was there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I imagine you
That's
were
the thing,
probably talking.
I was like looking
yeah.
in that
Yeah,
area.
and I think that would have encouraged Nova.
So you kind of like you're in the middle of, and you look at for the rest of it, it just looks like Quill looks into an empty corner. Nova, you have to know this isn't your fault, and then.
Yeah.
I think, given the stress we were under, you obviously overlooked it. Were you aware that it could have done this?
I knew it was powerful, but I didn't think. I was too emotional. If we'd had time, I would have remembered. I would have stopped Ayla, but I forgot. I forgot.
That's fair. I think we just want to get rid of it as quickly as possible, right? We just want to
Absolutely.
remove it from the
Struggling to
situation.
look at Sentry at the moment because of the eye loss.
I'm looking
Because she used
dead
to be
at
this like
Sentry.
stoic, nothing's gonna go wrong kind of character.
And now it's like a weld line down her face, like a scar. There's like a blown out crystal eye.
It's like occasionally neck twitch and
yeah.
I'm staring dead at Sentry. I can't. Yeah. It's like,
While you have this conversation, a voice calls out, look out, like, Captain, we have a small military force approaching from the forest.
Okay,
Now we sync back
Yeah.
up to the point that we had retconned earlier.
with Mr. Fuck Off.
As you all step outside and look out off the ship, you see emerging from the forest line towards the city, you see a force of about 15 soldiers. Quill, you can see that their clothing and their armor is a bit tattered, a bit raggedy, a bit worn, but they're carrying Thunderstone rifles, like muskets.
Oh.
And you can see that they're even wheeling what appears to be a small cannon on a set of wheels. And they're literally like wheeling it, and you can see them setting it up. Two figures at the head of the column, at the head of the military column. One, a half-elf man with dark skin and a very fabulous hat and armor. And then the other is a very muscular-looking Goliath woman. Yeah.
are you the one with high insight, Quill?
I've got insight, yeah. I got 17 passive insight, apparently. Don't know where I got that from. I guess,
High wisdom.
is he, I guess it's too far away.
It's too far to use insight. Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, it looks like, and Quill sees them. They get into position. They see the airship. There's some sort of conversation between them. The man in the fancy hat points. They aim the cannon at it, and then they get rifles locked. But they don't take action. They line up, that they could attack at a moment's notice, and then they just wait.
Cool.
And you can see the man. He's got his hand up, like with a fist of ready to be like open fire. But he's just pointing at it. You'll have to get closer if you want to speak to him.
right.
With your insight, you'll notice that Lucius, very briefly, you can notice a complete shit. I'm very close to burnout. But I kind of breathe in. It's like, next problem. Here we go. And I'm going to walk to the edge and do the same gesture back at him.
Okay. You can see, Quill sees the panic on the man's eyes, like, fuck, do they have and Quill, he's like, shit, is he, is this a
doing the
stalemate?
hold action.
He thinks that basically, because he's like, right, hold fire on my command, you've gone up and you're doing the same thing, and he's like, look, you can see him looking at the ship, he sees the ballista on the bottom, but it's not pointed in his direction, so he's like, it looks, and he just looks confused.
I'm going to lay on hands 20 points to myself. I'm at
Lucius,
7
wait,
right now.
that's not the symbol, not the one, that's not
What do
a
you
welcome.
mean?
That's, you're holding weapons against him. That's not the one.
I'll put it into a wave.
He looks and he's like, to his Goliath companion, she looks down, shrugs, and he's like,
Man, it's a good thing opening the hand isn't fire weapons, right?
he waves,
Blow them up.
he waves back and is waiting to see what you do.
I'm going to point I'm going to come down.
Okay, he turns to his men and he's like, blah, blah, he shouts an order, and then they all they keep their muskets ready, but they stop pointing them. The cannon is still pointed at the airship though. He points to 3 of the men, points at the Goliath, and then he begins walking towards the airship.
I'll call out.
He's holding up his hands like this. He's just like,
I'll call out to Aerois to say, get people ready just in case.
she nods. Aye. Penny like looks. Aerois like nods at Penny, and Penny, this human woman, just grins, slides down the stairs, and then you hear the as the ballista begins turning.
God.
Good old Penny.
The man like stops. His hands are open as this ballista's like, and he's like,
Do you wish to come with me?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll come with
definitely.
Oh, yes, go. Okay, let's go. We'll walk down the deck.
So you walk down the gangplank and you begin
Gangplank.
and you meet in this blasted. The kind of clearing you're in was this large open forest clearing. There's this big thick forest between you and the city ruins that you're meant to go to, and then there is just this pile of debris from the explosion like behind you. And you make your way and you see the same man that I described before. You see a half-elf man, probably in his 40s. He has a very nice but worn-looking breastplate. A cape, like a Lando Calrissian style cape,
Nice.
a big fabulous hat. He has a rapier at one side, a dagger at the other, and a pistol tucked into his belt, like very musketeer-esque, but with like a breastplate. And he gestures, he's like, "You scared me for a moment there, my friend. I thought that we were perhaps going to be firing upon each other. Who are you? Why is your ship blown up? And why are you here?"
We are here on matters to seek the City of Glass. Urgently. Unfortunately, we've had to land here because our hull was compromised, as you saw. So we thoroughly apologize for abruptly landing in your domain.
Okay. Apology accepted. Thank you. There is going to be some difficulty. By all means, I have no problem with you landing here. This area is under the Sanzarian Commonwealth, but it is my privilege to announce that I am Kaltain Ramavorthir of the Sanzesian Disaster Response Force, and I am on no means going to cause any trouble to this unfortunate circumstance that you have arrived yourself at. If you require time to have repairs, by all means you're welcome to them. There is going to be some difficulty, my good and handsome friend, and that is that I am afraid I cannot allow you access to the City of Glass. It is prohibited by my government.
But okay, why is that?
The city is extremely dangerous. And then his eyes meet Sentry. He's like, "Oh no, this one is not feral, is she?"
Absolutely not. No.
Okay. And you can see the men are like terrified of Sentry. They're like, "Fuck."
Why? What? Are you okay? Why so scared?
The city is infested with feral guardians. Many of them roam, hundreds, dozens, perhaps thousands of them.
I see.
Roam around the cities. The city is also full of undead spirits. It is not a nice place to go. The glass city itself is completely off limits to even my men. I am not permitted to send my men inside.
And we would be breaking the law by entering the City of Glass, or is it just a caution?
Well, he kind of takes his hat off, and you can see that he probably wears the hat because he's got like a bit of a bald patch coming, but he has like this like nice black hair, and then it's like this really like aging bald spot. He takes it off and like wipes his hair, and then he's like puts it back on. Well, it is difficult. My orders are to prevent anyone from entering the city for their own protection. We are at somewhat of an impasse. Perhaps we should converse at my camp, or perhaps I can come aboard. No, I think your ship has enough problems. Perhaps we should speak at my camp. As I mentioned, I am Kaltain Ramavorthir. This is my Solare. I gotta look at their character names. Jamalia Stonesworn.
Kaltain, I am Captain Lucius Viren Eluinel Anaster. And
Captain?
these are my officers.
A pleasure.
They'll introduce themselves, I'm sure.
I'm Sentry.
He nods. You can see he's like really cautious though. Like there's not necessarily like a mean-spiritedness, but these people are genuinely really scared of you. Like,
Yeah.
and you can see that they're like he nods. He nods very politely, but it's tense.
I understand your concern. Don't worry. It's well earned. I'm sure.
Why? Before we go further, before other introductions, are you trying to get into the ruins for your sake, Sentry Guardian?
Yes,
Have you been called to these ruins?
I have.
You are close to your limit, aren't you? You are not feral yet, but you are close.
Truthfully, yes. I am.
Just like all of the others.
But we have, we have matters to attend to, and we need to continue our mission in order to do so. And I was called here, and it seems like the only place that can help.
He thinks carefully, and then he looks towards the others. My apologies for interrupting your introductions.
Quill, Messenger Guild.
Yes,
And
I'm familiar with the Messenger Guild.
one of the officers on the ship, Quartermaster.
The sergeant, the big Goliath woman, she has quite a deep masculine voice, actually, and you hear her kind of like, like laughing as you didn't know your own title.
I did, I just said officer of the ship first.
You kind of looked at Lucius, and Lucius was like, Quartermaster. And she kind of laughs for a moment, and then turns back to the captain. He's like, well, a pleasure to meet you, Quill of the Messenger Guild.
You too.
And this quiet one,
I'm just kind of still shell-shocked.
you just look over.
I got a million-yard stare.
Young lady, and you are? The name?
Nova V'ger.
He like looks at
You'll
you.
appreciate we just faced an explosion. Some of
Yes,
us were-
what happened to your ship? You weren't, you weren't fired upon or anything, were you?
No, unfortunately, there was some defects in our ship.
Oh, my apologies to hear that. Well, perhaps he thinks for a moment. Captain, perhaps there are ways we could help each other. I have some men at my disposal that can perform labor. We're quite used to patching things up around here. We've built a little camp for ourselves from the local flora. I could lend you some hands to help repair your ship. And perhaps we can talk about your business in the city and some things that perhaps you can help me with.
We very much appreciate your help. I think some of the crew are also on high alert right now, understandably, fearing any compromise to our hull in the future.
Of course, but we are the Sansarian Disaster Response Force. You have nothing to fear from us.
Well,
this
then-
is very much our job.
Kaltan, it's destiny that we met.
I think so.
We currently face a disaster.
Well, come back to my camp, and then if we have an agreement, I will send some men to help your crew. How about that?
Very kind of you.
Come. And he gestures, come on, princess. And the Goliath woman kind of like rolls her eyes and then follows along after him. And the men sort of like are like, okay. I think that the occasional, as you get closer to the big column, he kind of gestures to these two, I think there's like a dwarf and a human who have been like placing the cannon, and is like, sorry boys, back to the camp. And they're like, no. And like, they're like, and they like lift it up, and they're like dragging it away, and they're like, as they begin dragging it. And I think the Goliath woman kind of like, is like, oh, for fuck's sake, she goes over and like grabs it, like, and like begins dragging it back for them. And yeah, you make your way back. The whole company, however, is very wary of Sentry as you make your way back through.
On a Kim note, we had a wand that we picked up from the Dragonborn, right? It's meant to help with Sentry.
When she goes feral, yeah.
Who has that? It was
I don't.
Quill.
If it's in your inventory.
Did you
Um,
fucking write it
I
down?
don't- if it was given to me,
sorry,
I definitely
if-
wrote it down.
Well, is it in your D&D Beyond character sheet?
Who has it? Do you have it?
No? Maybe Ayla has it?
I don't think Ayla.
I don't think Ada
I
will
think
take it.
Quill was given it as like your
I
closest
feel
friend.
like it was something that was meant to be made and wasn't.
That's true. That is true, actually.
Um,
All right, fine. That's on me.
Got him.
So it's not been made.
I've
So
not
we-
made a custom item in D&D Beyond yet.
Okay.
But I think the concept of it was more to help, like, when she shuts down
Right.
or if she loses control of herself.
Right.
It won't help with any physical stuff or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty
just
sure it
feel-
went to me as well. Yeah.
I just feel like we might need it.
Maybe.
I'm
That's what
very,
we
I'm
have.
gonna be very cool, like really aware of like
This
obviously
fear that's
that
around
they're all scared of me, and I know that I've been doing shit,
you. Okay.
so I'm gonna be
So,
like,
like, hands off your weapons and stuff like that, like...
yeah, and also just like being aware of like myself, like so like
Trying to keep focused.
yeah, exactly, stay focused, like focus on everything.
Okay,
Like,
you focus on everything, and you begin. The Kaltan leaves you. Kaltan seems to be his title, by the way. His name is Ramavorthir, but
Cool.
Kaltan, I think. No, I don't think Lucius would know. Nova would. Nova's a scholar.
Hey.
Kaltan is captain in the local dialect.
oh, sweet.
What was his second name?
Well, his name is Rama Vorthir, but
Rama.
Kaltain is basically captain. So he's Captain Rama Vorthir.
Awesome.
And then his the Goliath woman he called his Solari, which is sergeant, and her name was Jamalia Stonesworn, but they also called her princess.
Princess.
And sorry, what language was that?
It's not really a language; it's more like a local dialect. So it would be Gisellan, basically. It's like a local deviation on common.
Cool.
Nobility amongst the disaster force.
You asked
Yeah.
this? Okay. Yeah. There is a very loud laugh. Like, all of the soldiers, like stifle a laugh. And even Rama is like, my apologies, Captain. We do not mean to laugh. It is something of an insider joke amongst my company. And the Goliath woman kind of smiles and like playfully kind of like shoves you a little bit. And she's just like, yeah, they're teasing me.
And you're okay with that?
It's quite sweet, really. They think that I look like the princess of the Senzerian Commonwealth.
Oh.
And she kind of smiles, and you can see there's like a bit of a blush. Like she finds the nickname quite endearing. And the men all are kind of like, yeah, she's our princess. She's way better than the other one. like the other one's a stuck-up bitch. We way prefer ours. And like they all kind of
amazing.
like jostle with her basically.
I love
and
that.
like yeah.
Well, maybe at some point you could do a bait and switch.
They're like everyone's like laughing, but there's a look on the Kaltain's face where he's got this like smile which says, "Don't think I haven't thought of it before." Like he kind of looks at you with this like,
How does she respond when they said the other one's a stuck-up bitch?
she laughs. Like
Okay.
yeah, she smiles and laughs.
Not the same person.
I think Quill. I think Quill and Lucius might pick up on this a little bit more. Quill because you're so perceptive, and Lucius because you've lived in Elven society. You're almost certain that Jamalia probably wasn't born female. Like there's traits about her where there's definitely her gender's changed through magic specifically. Like elves very often do this, right? Where you can use polymorph magic and potions and stuff to alter your appearance, and you get that sense. Like there's just the way that her like body mannerisms are and stuff like that, and you're not sure if it's not been a very long change. Like it's probably within like a couple of years or something.
Okay.
So, but yeah, just something that you pick up on.
Very cool.
And yeah, you make your way through, and the DRF, as they're called, the Disaster Response Force, lead you to a wooden camp, and you can see it's probably been constructed over like 12 months. They've been out here for a long time. And they've basically built themselves a little village. And it's all like little wooden lodges. There's like a little defensive palisade wall. There's even, you think, like a little tavern that they've built that's only for like 4 or 5 people at a time. But you get the sense walking around that these guys are probably really bored and have nothing to do all day. So, and there's like a little firing range. They've got like a little wrestling pit that's been dug out and built for them. And and judging by the state of their equipment, they don't get their equipment like renewed.
Yeah.
They've kind of just been abandoned here.
How many are there?
In total, as you make your way through the camp, you notice that not only are there more soldiers, but there are also labourers here. There's probably about 30 to 40 individuals, including the labourers. So it's a small force of infantry. All of them seem to carry thunderstone rifles, cavalry sabers, or like cutlasses and stuff like that, hatchets, basic like weapons and armour and stuff like that, breastplates, chainmail, that sort of thing, tabards. They have 2 cannons. One of which is now mounted into this little fortress that they've made on like a little rotating platform, and the other has got like a little wagon that they've built for it. That means they can move it about, basically. They also seem to have, one of the buildings is the only one with a locked door, and it seems to have like a big heavy padlock, and there is just a chipped into it armory.
Right, okay.
You certainly seem to have made a home for yourselves here.
Well, we have a lot of time. There's... he kind of gestures. He's like, we've been stationed out here for nearly a year now. We're somewhat of the outcasts of the Senzerian army. Either we've pissed somebody off, upset our officers, criminals, or our parents didn't like us very much.
Right?
Right. I was going to ask, the disaster relief force, what disasters are you relieving?
Exactly. You're very, very wise, Mr. Quillick. We were sent here simply because it is very common for people to try and loot the city of glass or to try and make their way into it, try and retake it, try and live there, and they're just going to get themselves killed. And as it's so isolated and we can't cause trouble in the capital, people like me are sent here to look after it.
Just stopping people from going in.
Well, stopping people from getting themselves killed.
I see.
How I interpret my orders.
Do you ever have things leaving the City of Glass?
No, what we don't, actually. That's why we've been able to build this little place for ourselves. I learned when I first arrived here, we tried to patrol the outer city. The city still made of stone and overgrown before it becomes glass. We call that the outer city. I used to send my men in. We thought perhaps we could clear it out, reclaim it, be heroes to the Sanzarian Commonwealth. A very unwise decision from a young man, I'm afraid. The Guardians are numerous and they are dangerous. I lost a few men in those first few patrols, and being a sensible, pragmatic sort, I thought, well, we'll just set up a defensive perimeter. We'll stop them coming out, and they never did. In 6 months, not a single Guardian or Ghost has tried to leave the ruins. So, I set up this little defensive position here. It's the only way to access the city, as the rest of it is on high cliffs against the sea. Stops anybody from coming in. I do my job, we get a little peace and quiet, no problem. I do find it odd that my team and my force are specifically ordered not to go into the inner city, what we call the Glass Scar, the section of the city that was transformed to glass. I always found it quite curious that my superiors were very, very specific about that.
Hiding something from you.
Well, not just from me, but from our people, I imagine.
Do you know what the city used to be?
Yes, Kamina City, an old city of the Solvin domain, I believe. Not originally part of what was the Commonwealth's domain, so this has always been something of an outside. But you know what? I've heard stories. Obviously, people talk, especially in prisons where I used to work. They say that Kamina City was home to great warriors of the old empire, of the old world. They developed guardians here. They developed weapons, armor, machines to fight against Starbane's forces. There's supposedly dozens of research facilities, laboratories, forges, foundries hidden beneath the city, somewhere deep in there. But they're difficult to find. If you don't have knowledge of the old world, then you can barely find them. Plus, all of these crazed killer guardians, no offense, my dear, have made it almost impossible for anyone to get inside. But I'm sure there's still a few treasures to be found.
You sound curious.
I'm very curious. Something I wanted to discuss with you. And he leads you up to basically, they've kind of sculpted a small hill. He's built himself like a little lodge cabin, like a really nice log cabin. There's like a little table outside. There's what appears to be some sort of like smoker where like thick roasted meat is currently being smoked and cooked inside. They've got like a little vegetable garden around the back that they've been cultivating. And he gestures. He's like, sit. We'll get some wine, or I think I might even have some old provision whiskey from our last supply run. That was 3 months ago, so it should be fine. And he kind of goes in, and he takes off his hat, he takes off his cape, takes off his armor. He doesn't seem to be threatened by you guys anymore. The other soldiers all kind of filter out, but Jamalia stays here. She kind of takes a seat, and you can see she's got an enormous carved stone chair that is obviously hers, and she just kind of sits in it. And you can see that it's kind of been decorated with, like, painted to make it look like a throne. And she kind of sits in it quite happily.
Very royal of you, princess.
Thank you. And she kind of nods, and she begins taking her own armor off and stuff like that. And you can see that underneath the armor, she has, like, a very pretty, like, dress that's been sewn.
That is gorgeous.
Thank you. I made it myself.
I absolutely love the colors.
Thank you.
The embroidery is so intricate.
I quite like sewing, actually. It was something I took up
You
as a
did
child.
this?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Incredible.
Well, we don't really have any seamstresses or tailors around here.
You'd rival those of Gusthaven.
No.
And they are considered the best tailors of all the Sky Cities.
She blushes a little bit and she's just like, I know you're kind, Mr. Elf. You're too much of a flatterer, but thank you.
No, I'm being truly honest. I just faced an explosion. I think all my flattery's been taken out of my entire body.
she's doing that thing where she just doesn't. She thinks you're being way too nice. Like she just doesn't believe you. She's just like, no, you're being really nice. But Rama returns. He returns with like a handful of glasses, a very aged-looking bottle of whiskey. That's like it looks like half of it's been drunk. Kind of puts it down, lays the glasses down, brings in some chopped up and fried slices of potato, puts them down. He's like, come, sit. There's no need to be so formal. It's not like you're enemies of the Commonwealth. That's very obvious. So I am under no worries or threats from you. Sit. You mentioned being curious.
Yes, you mentioned treasures, you mentioned the dangerous guardians, you speak like you want to be there yourself.
I'm a curious man, Mr. Quillick. I've always been a soldier, but my superior officers would always say I was too curious. I wanted answers to things. Why? Why do we follow? Why follow this order? Why follow that order? Why do we have to protect this? Why is this person guilty? Normal things. The fact that I've been told specifically not to go there, and I know how dangerous it is, it just makes me all the curiouser.
I see.
A premise. I lend some aid to repairing your ship. Now, my orders are specifically to not let anybody enter and put themselves in danger. But you all seem very capable. I'm sure you've survived some sort of airship crash. The Guardian is well equipped with armor and weapons.
Survived an airship crash. I think yes.
You seem capable enough. So it could be argued that letting you into the City of Glass is not strict going against my orders. Until you get to the inner city, of course. But I don't know your final destination, do I?
No, well, you also advised us. You did your job.
I would very much like to find out what's going inside. If you find anything, perhaps we can come up to a share. 50-50.
What if it's not a thing we can share?
If it's not a thing you share, you keep it. But I'm talking technology, weapons, gold.
50-50, and you told us not to go in there. It seems a little unfair.
Strange. I've not met many businessmen birds.
No, I'm just thinking about who's doing the effort here.
Well, of course, I'd be willing to potentially come with you.
Right.
I can leave Jamalia here in charge for now. I must admit that I am very curious to see inside.
Messenger ring.
Yep.
Messenger ring. Also, if he's not there to witness what treasures we get, he doesn't know what 50-50 is.
Messenger ring. He was ordered not to let us into the place, and he's coming with us. That directly goes against his orders.
That is also true. But we also want him to repair our ship.
Yes. We want his crew to repair our ship at the very least.
And not rob us.
No. I mean,
We're not
You're
here,
all being very quiet.
we're not here for treasure, we're here for Sentry.
yes.
Quill, are you going to say something?
You are being very quiet, young lady. Very quiet indeed. Lots of talking.
Huh?
You're being very quiet. Do you need medical attention? Are you all right?
Ship blew up.
Yes, it did, yes. Is she all right? Does she need medical attention?
She
I have a
was-
doctor.
She was close to the explosion, but I don't think you were hurt by any debris, right? Just a big shock.
Have a drink. And he, pulls you like a whiskey.
I've never had alcohol before.
Then trust me, now is the right time to start.
Maybe eat some snackies first.
Okay. I'll just grab the drink and just...
Yeah.
I guess because she doesn't know, she'll just
Yeah.
take a big old,
Yeah, and it's like, it burns. It tastes nasty, it burns. But after that initial kind of gagging feeling, there is this nice warm, in your belly. It's like a nice warm feeling inside. And it's almost like after a few moments, it's just like, you do feel quite better. You're like, but you kind of have to get out that gagging, bitter taste initially.
Trying to figure out what.
Have some more?
No. You've had enough. Have these, and he gestures the little fried potato snacks. Eat them.
Just quietly munch on those.
They're salted crisps. Thick cut salted crisps.
Nice.
Our intentions for the city aren't for treasure, just so you're aware.
Oh, you're going to help your guardian friend.
Yes, that is the priority.
I am curious to know why they come. They come in sometimes 1 or 2 at a time, months, days apart, weeks sometimes.
Has any ever left?
No. Me and the crew believe that. I think that they come here to die, to turn feral. They're drawn here by something. Sometimes we hear them muttering about a message, coming to find the Herald. I've seen her, the Herald.
You have?
It's not good. I would recommend that any expeditions you make into the city, don't linger at night.
What does the Herald look like?
Terrible. I've seen her once, back when we first came here, and we would patrol the inner city, the outer city. From this far out, you can't really see her that well, but you can hear her. We were patrolling through these ruins, and night fell. We were beginning to make our way back when we heard it. Red light filled the glass. Red light all around in the city of glass itself. And then we saw her fly up, silhouetted against the cradle. Black wings. Howling scream. Frightens me. Not much does.
Interesting.
Was it a guardian you saw?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yes, very much so.
She looks
I just
different.
remember that single eye with a red light.
I see.
So what? Red light?
Here, a drink.
Is that... No, this is the... No.
Tasty.
Messenger ring.
Messenger ring.
It's golden. The Herald's golden.
What herald? Do you mean the prime?
I'm going to distract
Rammer.
Ramavorthir from this weird silence when
Yeah.
we're looking at each other.
Yeah, he just turns to you. He's like,
These
So-
snacks are lovely.
"Thank you. What do you think to my deal?"
I think we have a deal.
Good.
Okay, well, that's going on.
Well, what if he takes the Herald as treasure?
He what captures the herald?
Yeah.
What? Hang on. What herald? You've mentioned the prime before, but no herald.
Well, he said it's a guardian with wings, right? Maybe he's seeing the Prime differently.
Maybe it's seeing Hadar. Hadar. Red eye. Hadar.
Is she ringing right now?
And that's the T.
Okay,
T,
good.
telepathy. Zdar. Red Guardians. Hadar.
Yeah,
Agent.
whatever he saw was Hadarian. Is that it?
Hadardian.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
she had too
This is
much.
all very confusing.
This is out of the ring. Did any of the travellers to the City of Glass, did they mention anything of a prime?
The Guardians? So, did they mention that rings a bell to me for some reason. And Jamari is like, yes, I think they did, Caltaine. I remember there was one in particular, an ex-soldier, I think. Not too different to this one, but different enough. Male, though. And I remember he just kept saying it, but he would stutter, like, prime, prime. And some of the boys were laughing about it. They kept copying him for a couple of days afterwards. That's why I remember it. But yeah, I remember he just walked in muttering that over and over again.
Right.
And he never came out.
No, they never do. They never do.
How long ago was this?
Oh, Jemima, she's like, oh, this would have been, months, a year ago maybe, like when we first came here.
This particular guardian, did you recognise any insignia, any symbols?
Sees the one on your shield. Yes, that one.
Okay.
Just like that. Had a shield, just like this one. That's a royal guard shield.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I probably know them.
Maybe. So what's the deal?
So before, because we're going to go to a break, my next question is, are you going to go in to see your glass?
I mean,
Yeah.
sounds like it. I think it's rest time. What time is it?
Do you want to take her? It's like middle of the morning. It's like 11:30,
Bad time
12.
8 hour.
You can take a short rest though. You can spend hit dice.
A rest
spend
would
a
be
ton.
nice, I think.
Yeah.
I've got 6 out of 56. This is a lot of hit dice.
Yeah.
Spend some hit dice.
Yeah, I suppose.
You get those back when you have a long rest. So go in, take a sleep in the City of Glass, get some hit points, hit dice back.
Get attacked by ghosts.
No.
I mean, could we not just double long rest until the next morning and just a day?
No, it's actually in the rules. You can't. So there is there's like a limit on how many long rests you can take. You have to have a certain number of like short rests. Also, that's bullshit metagaming, and I'm not going to let you do it. Where you're just like,
No,
we're
I
going to
mean,
spend 16 hours doing nothing.
No, I'm just thinking we need to make the time. It's not meta. It's like the time to rest, and also we don't want to go into the city in like 6 p.m.
Sure.
He literally
fine.
said. I mean,
Fine.
if you don't, it's up to you.
No, it's fine. If you want to do that and be boring.
I mean, we don't.
So,
know.
if you guys,
listen to
well,
him. Don't let him.
I don't think that you would rest here. I think you would go back to the ship and rest.
Sure.
Just like trying to power rest. Just eyes wide open.
Yeah.
Sleep through the day. Well, and that's the thing, right? It's like, well, a long rest isn't necessarily you sleeping.
Oh, just like doing
Long
low.
rest is 8 hours of
Nothing.
not doing anything.
Yeah.
Crying.
Let's just short rest it.
Have I gotten to you? I've gotten to you by calling you boring.
Man, there was like I could. I was looking at you. I wasn't seeing your face. I was seeing YouTube comments.
Well, here's the thing. I think that.
Don't let it affect the game.
Well, here's the thing. If you guys had just had a battle and you were like, oh, let's have a long way to get our hit points back,
We do sound
then
like
I'd perhaps be a bit more like, no, just have a fucking short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys did just like have the airship blown up. You were knocked unconscious. You were nearly dead. Nova was nearly dead. Like,
I was
Lucius
disappointed
could have
in her.
died.
yeah.
Didn't.
I don't know. I'll leave it to you guys. I personally am big in favour. Keep in mind, Century is on a clock,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
enough. Fine. Good
That's
point.
it.
All right. Yeah, we'll short rest it then.
I'm fine.
Great.
I've used a couple of spells, but actually, no, I'm
I can give you a little
completely
boost
clean.
if you need a little boost.
I think if we can just short rest our
You
heal
can short
back,
rest
yeah,
it.
that's
Just spend hit dice.
cool. All right.
Cool.
All
right, you
right.
guys go take a break. I'm going to
Yeah.
read some donos.
Scream.
Gonna get some water.
Scrum.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a cupcake.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Ola Renve, thank you very much for the donation. No message. Mean Queen the Maimer, thank you for the $20. Sorry to make Rhiannon almost cry last week with my message. Happy birthday, Tom. Got the Ballad of Siaska in the works for you. Oh, this is the lady who's working on the Ballad of Siaska in the works for you for the next stream.
Nice.
D&D DMing is going well. Thanks to you all. Thank you, Meme Queen.
Sorry, I don't know if my mic's on. Nice.
I think it is. Astero Nation, hello from France. Bonjour. Because of my studies, I could not watch the campaign. Now that I have more time, I finished campaign 1 and I'm catching up on campaign 2. Hope to see you all live soon. Thank you very much. Metamanu, happy birthday, Tom. Can't wait for new content. Thank you, Manu.
You got a drink there, Mark?
Yeah, I got a drink. I got another Coke down here as well. Thank you very much. Mia Kitty, have missed this. Good luck. Hope you can fix the ship and also not die. Thank you very much. The Schnub, me and my friends have finally started writing up our first campaign. Thanks to you all and your inspiring adventures. Toots his flute may to begin his own grand escape. Escapade. Thank you very much. The Schnub. Zelda Zorian, thank you very much. Happy birthday, Tom. I can't do very good fan art for High Rolls, but I do nail art. Currently plan to do a few different nail art looks themed around the Aerois characters. Very nice. Hope they turn out well. Thank you, Zelda. Nightjar, sweet Nightjar. Happy birthday, Thomas. And happy almost 4th HR anniversary. I think that's next week, maybe. I don't know. Try not to kill any more NPCs today, please. Or PCs. Just no death. Well, I can't make that promise, Nightjar. Tom DeMoney won. Hi, rollers. Quarter hundo, by the way. Finally watching HR after 3 years of catching up on Lightfall and now Aerois. You guys have been a big source of entertainment for me whilst I've been in uni, so I thought I'd give back to you guys with a donation and bring back Smeek. Well, I can't promise the last bit, but thank you very much for the donation. $30 from Deline Dan. Hello, everyone. Are any of you going to LARP this year? I got heatstroke last time and saw Mark for about 6 seconds and would love to LARP with you guys. Lots of love. I believe me, Trot, and Kim will be going to Empire again. I'm trying to convince Rhiannon to come as well. We'll see. A half hundo from Koluma. Thank you very much. I've been following you all for over a year now, so grateful to the trans representation. It means so much. Well, it's fine. You know, it's just, that's how you make good worlds. The guild at Ravenmore. What was that, Sid? That's it. Oh. I thought you were talking to me. That's weird. The Guild at Ravenwell, thank you. I'm declaring 2020 the year of the stars. Last episode was one of my favourites so far, but knowing you, I'm sure you'll outdo yourselves again soon. Now hurry up and save Sentry before she goes Skynet mode. Cross Kim. Bayfeather, thank you very much. And then Nova wakes up and the ILS never exploded and everyone is okay, right?
Yeah.
No. Thank you all for your donations and your kind words and your lovely messages.
Cheers, then.
Cheers then.
Cheers then.
HR Twitch, bits from Spartan. Oh, we got bits from Spartan Wolf, Puppy Lion, Hot Coffee Junkie, Dave from North Wales, Dr. Gruss, Dr. Gruz, very generous gift subs, Cooper Orc, thank you very much, Owen Kane, good old Owen, thank you very much, mate, Hot Coffee Junkie, and Nirashed. We got Hype Train going at one point to the last level. Hype Train! That's a new Twitch feature that I don't quite understand.
It's just when things happen.
It's just like builds the train.
Gift, it all
But what does it mean? What do you get from it? Stuff, okay. And then 2 more donations just came in while I was reading them.
Not the second one though.
Oh, just Ace of Thorns. Ace of Thorns donated. Catch up hug, please no explode anymore. Okay? Okay? Well, thank you. You can cut back to the other cameras now, Sydney. Hey. As everyone eats birthday cupcakes and brownies and all sorts. I have some chocolate buttons.
Doing Veganuary, I can't.
You can! You can! It's birthday. Don't let it go to waste.
You had mayonnaise for fuck's
Don't let it
sake.
go to waste. You're right, I did have mayo.
Nina's doing Veganuary, and I started it a bit later because I had some food in the fridge I wanted to finish up, and then I've just never started because I've become obsessed with brie, and I can't stop eating brie. Also, there's a new Burger King near us. It's really good. You know how like when restaurants, when they first open, they're really good?
Yep.
We're in that honeymoon
and
phase with
clean.
Burger King right now where it's always really good, and I'm like,
Then the staff will stop caring.
yeah, and then it will go to
Then
shit.
it'll-
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. But I didn't realize at Burger King you can like customize everything like McDonald's now.
It's good.
So I had a chicken burger, and then for another 70p, I added another chicken burger.
Oh my god.
I could have added a third chicken burger.
I will say their veggie burgers are now better than McDonald's.
Oh.
The McDonald's veggie burgers are, I don't know what they've done to them. They're not a patty anymore. They're like vegetable fingers.
Vegetable thing.
And they're so bad.
Well, the Burger King have got the Impossible Burger, haven't they?
No,
Yeah.
they don't. Not in
Oh,
the
no.
UK.
Oh, not in the UK.
I want it in the
KFC have a
UK.
veggie burger.
They do now. They have a vegan burger.
Vegan burger, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
This stream
We're not
sponsored
sponsored
by
by
Burger
any
King.
of them. No,
I
we're
wish
not.
this
You
stream
know what we are
was
sponsored by?
NordVPN,
NordVPN.
and
I
D&D Beyond.
hope you checked them out in the break.
Yeah,
Bunch of
seriously,
good points.
NordVPN's really useful. I use
And
it.
the, and the Merchurinos.
Merchurinos.
These cupcakes are amazing. Thank
Like
you,
we're
Rhiannon.
so
alright.
close to getting a great
Spend
Great.
money.
I mean, they're
Just
bad.
have it.
They're awful.
Just fucking have it.
I'll have to take one home as well to make it fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's all right.
Fine. Fine. Fine.
Right.
Just one.
Thank you all for the generous donations, bits, and subs.
Thank you.
Shall we jump back into it then, friends?
Let's jump back into it.
So short rest. You can take. I in the break. I want to take back what I said.
Right.
You can absolutely have a long rest if that's what you want to do. If you think that that is going to be better for your character's long run, and is the sensible approach, feel free to take a long rest.
I think
You could roll for it.
we're going into a very dangerous place, right?
Yes. So these guys say.
I wasn't
Yeah.
part of an explosion, so I'm good to go. But you guys were.
I mean, for me, the only thing I'd get back in a long rest is levitate.
I'd get. I mean, yeah. To be fair,
To be fair,
I'm
yeah,
healthy.
Nova, you're going to get a lot back on short rest. Do you get Tomb of the Vistas back on a
Yep.
short rest as well?
I was going to say as well, as a point of admin, I have 2 Featherfall tokens. Does anyone want one?
Are those in your inventory on
Yes.
D&D?
I have one
Yes.
already.
Sentry is.
Come on, you know me. I always, I am the nerd.
So is that 2 extra, including a
Yeah,
new one
so I
for
used
you?
the one. So I had
So you
3.
have, right, so you've used one.
I used one, and
So
I
you
have
have
2.
two. So you can give one away
I
and
can
keep
give
one for
away,
yourself.
Yeah. Does anyone want
I
it?
didn't actually burn one because I cast fly.
Yeah.
So
No,
Sentry.
Yeah.
Probably
he-
could do with
he
one,
wrecked
yeah.
You want one?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay. So put one on your thing. and I'll
Dankeschön.
Mark it off mine.
token of Featherfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to ask you guys is, do you want to send for Ayla and have me Pacific Rim Ayla?
Sure. Nice.
I watched a sequel to that the other day.
I prefer the sequel.
I'd hate it.
I prefer it.
Hate it.
So
Well, I don't hate it.
short rest is just an hour anyway.
Do you know
isn't it?
why? That's because, and I can guarantee this, I'm talking to my microphone, that's, I bet you, because you're a bigger Godzilla monster fan than you are a giant robot
bigger.
fan.
I think it's I'm more of a Del Toro fan.
Yeah. Because the second one is a better giant robot movie,
yeah.
but not a good monster movie.
I didn't hate it. That's too strong a
The
word.
camera angles were wrong in the second one.
Oh.
They're all like flying through the air and shit. The first one has realism. They're all like from the ground and
Tell
like
you what, a
they're
terrible
big.
film is
What?
Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, just don't.
Wasted 2 hours of my life on that.
So, there he is.
Do you know the other thing about the first one? Garbage characters, except Idris Elba.
Stack of Pentecost, though. Come on. If I ever have a child, I'm calling it Stack of Pentecost.
The first one, the main characters are horrible.
Yeah, the main dude's boring.
He's the worst. Right.
Anyway, what we did?
Like our party. The worst.
Yeah, we are the worst.
We're all the worst main
Nova,
characters.
what a shit character.
So, long rest, short rest, what are you doing?
So short rest is just an hour anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think the only thing all of us really need to regain is health.
I keep this.
So
And
you
an
can-
hour doesn't really make too much of a difference because it's either,
You would just spend
long
hit
rest
dice.
and we'll basically
I've
double
got
up
Sacred
the long
Oath, so it says I can just reset maximum HP changes on a short rest.
on a short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can just do that and I'll be all right.
Yeah, she's actually got a reset to max HP on a short rest.
Wow.
One-time use, which I guess gets reset on a long rest.
Yeah.
That is not right.
Is it not? It's part of it. I've got it in
Yeah.
here as Oath of the Ancients.
Oh, maybe.
part of an Oath of the
Oh,
Ancients
maybe that's
thing.
an Oath of the Ancients thing. I'm getting confused then.
Pretty powerful.
was
So
like-
it's a channel divinity ability.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is
So
that,
is that
they have
yourself?
changed that?
I get it. Yeah. Oh, I
Or
guess
is
I
it
got it. I
someone
think I got it at level 7. But I haven't used it yet.
Dear God.
Cancel that.
All right, damn. Well, long rest, no longer viable.
Or
Yeah, they've
necessary.
changed that then because the two Oath of the Ancients channel divinities I
Yeah.
have is Turn the Faithless and Nature's Wrath.
Yeah. I haven't seen it before. Like this is like the first time I've actually really seen it.
Do you know what that might be part of? Can we not use that now?
Yeah,
just
of course.
because I don't know if that could be part of the UA stuff that they did the class things.
Right, okay, yep.
And I haven't checked through those.
All
yet.
right, no worries. Yeah, I won't
If
use
that's
it.
all right.
That's totally
just
fine.
because
Yeah.
I want to.
Like I said, I've not really seen it. So.
Yeah, I
mean,
don't
can
know what's
retcon
going
them.
on with that.
We've all
Yeah,
got hit
that's
dice
cool.
to spend on it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Full
You all have
reset.
hit dice to spend. You can easily spend those.
Let's do it.
Spend them all.
I guess in the time that we've been here, like an hour.
This is a short
chilling,
rest.
relaxing,
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not even going to take you an extra hour. Well, this is the conversation that you've been having.
It's great already.
Rama Vorthir.
It's just call me Rama. It's easier.
Rama, I think our party need to debrief on what just happened. Do you mind if we just take our leave for a minute while we speak to our crew?
Absolutely, of course. And if we're in agreement, I'll have my men escort you back, and then they can begin helping on the repair work as well.
That would be very useful, thank you.
Of course. And he
Then
just
we'll find the secrets of the glass.
yeah. And then Jamalia basically is just like, all right, yep, and I'll come with you, and she'll basically help you get people.
Great.
Sorry, I'm doing Ayla's short rest as well.
Oh, okay. Man, I had a very restless short rest.
Oh dear.
My heal wasn't great. I've used all my hit dice. Apparently,
You've used all of them.
yeah. Apparently, I still had 3 burned from like a previous rest, I guess.
2.
Don't you get
You
them
must
back
have
though from
long
a long
rested.
rest? You get them
Yeah,
back from a
when you take a long rest, you get half your hit dice back.
Oh, right. That's
Must
Half your level in hit dice.
probably it then.
D&D, as we all know, D&D Beyond should do this stuff automatically.
Yeah, it must. Yeah, that's what I mean. I trust it. I trust it.
Ayla heals 50 hit points, which takes her up exactly to maximum health. I
Oh,
rolled
nice.
exactly what I needed to get
Well,
her
yeah,
back
she
to
only
max.
took 50 damage.
She took 50 damage, so I rolled 50.
I only healed 25.
Right.
This to save my ass.
Okay. Yeah, you are escorted back to the ship with a crew of about 6 to 8 of the laborers, I would say. Probably 8 of the laborers from the camp, and some of the soldiers. And they actually bring timber. They've got like some timber and stuff that they can help use as well. And then they bring wood cutting axes, nails, hammers, basically everything they're going to need to patch up the hull. You're probably not going to be able to repair everything, but they're going to certainly do a good job on helping.
Okay.
Where's the pseudo dragon right now?
Would have been with you.
Okay.
No, I think it would have stayed on the ship because its job isn't to follow you everywhere. Its job is to stay on the ship, basically. So it probably is in your quarters.
Okay.
Or it's actually no. I know exactly where the pseudo dragon is. When you arrive on the ship, you don't know where it is.
Nova's quarters.
Yeah. What quarters?
It's sniffing around the remnants of
Gone.
Nova's quarters.
Right.
Should we have a discussion with Ayla as well?
Of what?
I don't think we fully got out everything from what just happened.
Lucy's like, I don't want to go to the scary ruin.
If you still have concerns, yes.
I just think we need to consider all of our actions and be extremely aware of everything we're doing from now on. We killed somebody today.
Is Nova still drunk? Yeah, she is.
I'd say a little bit. Not like mega pissed, but yeah, you've just drank a big glug of something that you're not used to. So it's probably that tipsy Kim drunk.
Yeah. Kim wasn't drunk in 6 years.
Yeah, and then has like a glass of champagne, and then it's like, what's up, guys?
That's weirdly specific. Why did you say that?
I would say that.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, like, yeah, there's.
Yeah.
If this is all, and is this all ring?
Tea.
This is all
If
messenger.
there's people around us, yeah.
Okay. Because I think in moments of emotion, where like when like Quill literally comes in, he's like, blah, 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 like I think that's where you probably wouldn't think to use it. So that's why I'd like try and make sure you do it when you say.
Yeah, yeah.
I think even Ayla probably would say something along those like, well, yeah, probably it's a good idea, but well, we didn't do anything. We didn't kill people. It was the ILS that did it.
Yes, but it was our actions that caused it to explode. We need to not overlook these things and make rash decisions like that anymore.
From now on, Starbane stuff, make sure it doesn't blow up,
Yes.
then smash it.
Or just smash it away from the ship
Or just keep it away
while
from
we're
us
not airborne.
at
I
all
think
times.
that's simple rules, right?
Yes.
I think you should arrest me.
We can't.
You need to put me in the brig.
We don't have a brig. We should get a brig.
We should make a brig and then put me in it.
You're not going to do that again.
It was my fault. I brought it back. I didn't tell you. I told you. It blew up. I killed a person.
We tried to do
I
the...
almost killed Sentry again.
No, it's
Cool eye, by the way.
Thanks.
I could maybe fix that, but
Well, if you want to try it, you're more than welcome to.
that'll probably just make you worse.
No, you wouldn't, Nova. You wouldn't.
I mean,
Probably just slip.
Who let her drink?
we thought it was necessary. Sentry, if you don't like the eye, I mean, I've still got this blindfold for my one. Not the blindfold, eye patch.
My patch.
If it makes things easier, I know I'm not particularly, I don't bring ease to people when they look at me. I understand that.
I mean, I don't need it anymore, and hopefully you won't soon.
I think you're beautiful, Sentry.
Oh no, but you're beautiful too.
Ugh.
You
Yeah,
are.
okay, enough. What are we doing?
We are debriefing, I think. Again, Captain?
That's all I have to say.
Arrest me.
No, we're not
Nova,
arrested.
no.
No.
There's no need.
I need to face consequences for the death of the wolf pack.
I'll slap her.
If you're getting arrested, we're all getting arrested. We were all in that together.
Okay,
At least
don't
towards
arrest
the
me,
end.
but I need to face consequences for the
I'll
death
slap you.
of Metz.
I think the consequences of the group's reaction to what you did, I think you faced that emotionally and internally, and you're resolving that yourself, right?
Slap me.
There's no slapping.
Slap
No, there's no need for
No
slap.
slapping.
Oh, I've got like two saying no slap, two saying slap. What do I do?
No slaps.
Seems like you're the deciding vote.
That's definitely a punch, by the way.
I rolled a 6. Ayla's wisdom score is Ayla's wisdom saving throw is +1.
Ow.
She like belts you one around the face.
Okay, that's
That's it. That's
Right.
it.
That's enough.
That's
No
done.
more, no more.
Right? Do you feel like better?
So from the floor, you'll just hear, I deserve that.
the floor.
Yeah, like Ayla slaps you.
Oh, yeah.
Ayla
floored
slap
you.
on fragile little Nova? Yeah.
But then I think Ayla picks you up. It's like, right, that's it. No more pitting over. You got punished. Deal with
I'm
it.
not pitting Nova, I need punishment. What is it?
Is that, like, just muted?
It's just all in the brain.
All right.
And then throws you, like, puts you on the ground, but like,
Is anyone around to see that?
yeah, I think so. But I think
We're all
people,
just, like, standing by one.
Like, she's just slapping me around, shaking me.
I honestly think that people have seen like Ayla and Nova having these kind of conversations
Yeah.
before. I don't think it's anything new.
It's weird, though, that we're just watching.
Yeah, I think it's just weird that it's silent. So I think
Weird
people
that
are
we're
just
all
like,
just
Been a weird day though, to be fair.
Anyway.
Yeah, weird day.
Weird day.
Okay. So what's the plan now? The City of Glass, and we're bringing this captain with us.
Yes, he
We need to
wants
figure it
treasure,
out.
so let's
I've got a mini for him.
let's allow him to seek treasure. We are seeking the prime, right? That's our top priority. We cannot get distracted by frivolities and money and treasures.
Okay, well, but there's something else other than the Prime there.
If there's useful information to help against Starbane, technology that's been covered up for centuries, then we should definitely explore that. But we should save Sentry first.
I also understand it's dangerous, and the last thing I want to do is put you guys at risk. Because if
I know. I'm going.
But if I know, given circumstances, it's difficult, but it's dangerous, really dangerous.
It was dangerous to bring me back.
It's dangerous for me to bring ILS back. It's fine.
Yes,
You sure?
we're used
Just
to
put me in front.
We've
Awkward, like, shoulder pat, like, we're going to do it.
Are you sure? Like you don't have to. There's no guarantee that I could even come out of this alive.
Sentry, I have never been more sure about anything than this right now.
I'm gonna give her a hug.
If anyone can stop old Callus, it's probably you.
Well, we'll see.
So let's get you back. Let's get you fighting fit.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
That's why we're here.
With that, you take some moments, and then you begin making your way back towards the city.
Well, let's make the most of the daytime, shall we?
Yeah, it's only like midday. You've still got time.
Whoa, sun's coming down.
Getting real low.
I'm going to inform Aerois and Kamara what we're doing.
Okay. Araya is like, yes, I figured that you'd be going into the city. Good luck.
We have this disaster relief people helping.
They've already started bringing up supplies, timber, that sort of thing. It's going to be very useful. Kamara and the Wolfpack are, and even Howard and Lancian, they're all pitching in to help. So
Let's just keep an eye on them as well. I know we can sort of trust them, but
I
keep
see.
an eye.
All right, yes. And you know what? That could be quite good for Kamara right now.
Yes.
Having something to direct her anger at.
Can you keep an eye on her as well?
I'm trying to. You'll need to talk to her when you get back properly.
Right.
We're not going to be able to fix the whole hull. We need to get to a city to do that. But we can do patchwork repairs, which will help us. So
Okay.
we're going to do that. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
If you find anything nice, bring me something nice back.
Do we give a messenger ring to Aerois?
Might be good if you need me to come and... I can't land in this city, but I can probably hover over it, and if you desperately need an escape, I can probably kind of pick you up if you can get to me.
Useful.
But also, we're traveling around with this captain. Do you trust him?
You can message, right?
Brookstone.
I can message quite openly,
You can't hear what we're saying.
not with the ring, if I don't have one.
You can still... Are you saying you can cast Sending if you need to get Araya?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
We'll call for you.
All right. Okay. Send me a signal. If I see anything like a big smoke or something like that, we'll try and come to you if we can.
Right.
Big explosion.
Or if you send me a message.
Yes.
Let's not use the E word.
Yeah.
All right.
Ewok?
Good luck.
I don't know what the E word is.
Explosion.
Big explosion. Big old
Ewok.
explosion. Big Ewok.
Do not use the Ewok.
You guys make your way back down and through the forests, following the trails back towards the small encampment of the DSF, of the DRF, sorry. There, Rama is waiting for you. He seems to be giving some final orders to the others. And he's actually taken off like any of the military elements of his outfit, and he now looks more like an adventurer. Right? He still has the big fabulous hat, but he doesn't have the cape. He doesn't have any kind of uniform on. It's just armor, clothes, big hat, and he kind of puts it off. And you hear him kind of saying to Jamalia, like, with regards to what anybody else was asking, I have gone on a small retreat, a spiritual retreat, to try and find inner peace out in the woods. And she kind of sighs and rolls her eyes. Is like, yes, Kaltain, of course. You go do what you need to do. I know that this has been bugging you for a long time. Yes. Maybe we can finally find out what's going on in that accursed place. All right, good luck. Welcome. Are you ready?
I believe so.
All right.
Well, firstly, I see you've got pistols, you've got various other things. What is it you can actually do if things do go south?
Fight.
Perfect. Fight's good. Fight's good.
I'm no mage or anything like that, in case you're wondering, but I know the lay of the land, and I know my way around a back alley brawl, shall we say, and I'm a pretty good fighter.
Sure. Okay, perfect. Well, that's useful.
I think so. My advice, it's up to you, of course, but when we move through the city, we should try and remain as quiet as we can possibly be. As I said, there are a lot of guardians in this place, and the less of them we can fight, the better. It will take us, depends on how quickly we want to move. We may even need to stay overnight in the ruins, find somewhere to hide, bunker down, that sort of thing.
Okay. The guardians that are in there, how do we know they're definitely feral? Is there any particular identifying?
His eyes scared wide. He's like, well, it's been a while since we've gone in there. I don't tend to send my men in there unless we have a desperate need to these days. But when we were first going in, most of them are covered in rust and moss. They've been there for a long time. They are aggressive. They act more like beasts than people. They don't speak. They don't try and communicate. They just attack anything that moves that isn't another guardian. So your friend here might be all right, but we'll see.
Okay.
They'll respond to any threats. So if you attack them, they'll attack you back. If they see lights and sound, they'll attack it. We used to get by trying to distract them sometimes, but they're pretty clever as well. They're not just like wolves. They're more like thinking predators. Some of them are quite big. Some of them are old war guardians, big fellas, carry some of their old armaments. And then there's the ghosts. Dangerous. They mainly come out at night. They appear like glass, translucent, but almost tangible still.
We've dealt with ghosts before.
Okay, well, good luck. Hopefully that'll be all right. As I said, my advice is we stay quiet and move carefully, but that will slow us down. It will take us longer to reach the glass scar, which is where I'm guessing you want to go.
Well, I guess so.
All right.
If there is anyone still...
Do you know where you're going? Do you know where in the city you need to go, or are you just looking for something you don't know what it is?
Sentry?
When we were on the ship, I saw the
Harold.
not the Herald, the Prime, sorry, over the centre of the city. I guess if we head that way.
All right. Trusting into Guardian visions. What an adventure.
What else do we have?
Indeed. Right, well, follow me. And Rama leads you through thick forest. And you could be anywhere, right? It doesn't feel oppressive in any way. It feels like a nice, quiet, peaceful forest. And then you come to the outskirts of the outer city. The outer city itself is ruins overgrown with thick foliage. Civilization has long passed from this place, and nature has begun its slow but inevitable job of returning it to the earth. It is overgrown with trees and plants. It looks abandoned. It's been abandoned for 500 years. And it's quiet. There's no animals, just the occasional sound of your boots scuffing over stones. Then you occasionally hear in the distance sound of like metal scraping on metal, sort of primal shouts and screams, echo. Whatever this place once was, Kamina City must have once been a very prosperous city, as beautiful as any of the sky cities of Gusthaven or Horizon. Tall buildings that have now turned into crumbling stone ruins flank on either side, and the midday sun kind of casts short shadows between these larger buildings. Small alleyways and streets kind of line their way in a grid-like pattern throughout parts of the city. But one thing is at least very easy, and that's navigating your way towards the glass scar, because no matter where you are in the city, it's not hard to find. The tall, odd-shaped towers and buildings, all made of this glistening, translucent glass, catch the sun and twinkle and sparkle no matter where you're looking at them from. And so finding your way towards that is easy. The difficulty will be making your way through the city without attracting unwanted attention. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to make a group stealth check.
Oh no.
So everybody is going to roll stealth.
Oh no.
I mean, you're a guardian.
I'm not good at stealth though.
Yeah, but if they spot you, I think you can just
Oh.
Well,
Shaun of the Dead style.
True, yeah.
We can feral
Blend in.
you up.
Yeah.
Give you a red light.
so we'll set it as a moderate DC for now. So, what do we get? Sentry?
18.
How much?
18.
18.
11.
11 for Quill.
12.
12 for Nova.
16.
16 for Lucius. It was a 12 for Ayla. And then for Rama, yikes, a natural 1. Oh, he has advantage because it's in his favorite terrain. Not much better. 9.
Hey, I'm not the worst one.
Moving at a stealthy pace slows you down significantly. And it's not just trying to move quietly that slows you down. This place is thick with ruin and overgrowth. Parts of the streets just sometimes collapse into small little pits. Sometimes a huge tree has sprouted up in the middle of a path and completely blocked it out. You have to weave your way through little alleyways, climb over rubble, make your way through this ravaged, broken, war-torn city. And moving quietly means you do it even slower. It's going to take hours, perhaps 10 hours, 12 hours to reach the inner city. It's a huge metropolis that it once was. Around about the 3rd hour or so, I think someone, I'm not even sure who it was, one of the group, as you're moving through, must have disturbed some of the stones from one of the nearby buildings. And you hear a as a loose rock comes crumbling down. You all freeze, your breath caught in your lungs and in your throats as you wait. And at first, there's no response, and you think, okay, we're fine. And then the screams and the howls begin, echoing throughout the streets and the city. Something is on your tail, and it knows where you are. We're going to enter into an impromptu skill challenge. How? So, skill challenge is basically, I'm going to go around the table. I want you to tell me, how are you going to help the team get to the glass part of the city, and how are you going to help stay hidden while you do that? Like, what kind of things could you do to try and move through? It could be a skill, you might want to use a spell. Trot's familiar with these. Do you have an idea?
Yeah.
Go.
I'm going to cast Dancing Lights to make a tiny figure as a distraction.
So you want to try and lure whatever's following you away by
Toward that
using a
light.
distraction. Okay, so make an Arcana check.
Sure. Ugh. 10.
10. So you watch as Lucius begins conjuring these dancing lights into a humanoid shape, and then he sends it down, running down one of the side streets, one of these broken, overgrown side streets. And you see a couple of like these rusted, overgrown guardians. Whatever elements made them human-like before has long gone. The vines coming out of their backs of their heads have grown immensely and are now like these shaggy kind of furs almost down their backs. Their limbs and the metal has been torn up and like added onto to create these like spiked arms and claws and forearms, and they come scrambling across this ruined building, like clinging onto its side as they look at the dancing lights and scramble up to it. But another pack of them looks in the direction that you've come from, where you conjured it, and they begin making their way there. They've not found you yet, but they're working towards it.
I can make myself and 2 other people invisible.
I can also make myself and I guess 2 other people invisible.
That will, so invisibility, so it will render things from seeing you, but smelling you, hearing you. So it will give you advantage on stealth checks, of which you are going to need to make more of, once we've had a round of everybody else doing something. So you can do that,
Oh, I can make
and that
one
will help.
person invisible.
I think Ayla, on her turn, is going to basically look and say, like, I could probably like climb up and try and get a better view of where we're going, try and lead us down into a place like that. And she's going to try and climb up there and use her athletics to basically get a vantage point. And she does a pretty good job. She clambers up one of the sides of the buildings, keeps herself low. It looks like Ayla's quite practiced in stalking through like woods and things like that. She kind of crawls up, peeks over the side, and like tracks, and then crawls back down. She leans in, is like, there's a group of about 10 of them just 3 streets down. We need to go the other way, make our way down this way instead. And that's going to be a success. That's 1 success.
Okay.
1.
Could I try
Sure.
with the, what's it called, Arcanist's Magic Aura?
What?
I can create a false aura on something to make something appear magical. Can
Sure.
I make something look like it's radiating the Matrix?
That's an interesting question. Yes.
Because if they're looking for things that aren't Guardians, make something, if they look at it from afar, oh, that's Matrix, ignore that.
So you want to try and disguise one of you to be like something on your person to radiate the same aura as magic as a matrix to kind of camouflage yourself,
In a
like covering
sense,
up a
yeah.
sense, like
Yeah.
covering up a scent almost.
Yeah,
Sure,
so
you can try that.
to make something glow as if it's the Matrix of will. rather
So you
than anything else.
don't worry about expending the spell slot
Okay.
if that requires a spell slot.
Yeah, second. level.
Instead, just make an Arcana check for me because you're using the effect of the spell to do something to help in the skill challenge. If you casted invisibility, you'd spend the spell slot, but because this is a bit more of a creative use of magic, I'm not going to make you spend it.
Okay, Arcana then. 21.
21. That's another success.
Hey.
So yeah,
You are
so
a guardian now.
Yeah.
You think you like what on your person do you use?
I
Like,
guess like the symbol of Hesper.
so the symbol of Hesper, you enchannel it and you kind of focus on Sentry's matrix and you kind of clone it, right? You just try and emanate the same magic, and you think that it's probably going to work, and you think you might be able to make them think that at least there's another Guardian presence here, and that might help.
Might do.
Might do.
Can I use Major Image then instead of invisibility if it's trying to throw the pack off and create the image of...
So similar to what Lucius did. Sorry.
Yeah, but kind of extending the distance another way.
Sure.
Goes
So
up to...
I'll make the same offer with you because Lucius used a cantrip to try and do this. If you want to spend Major Image, you can either not spend the spell slot and it will just be an Arcana check just like they did. But if you spend the spell slot, because it has a much more powerful effect, because Major Image can create sound, smell, light, it's basically the same thing, I will just give you a success if you spend the spell slot. Or you can make an Arcana check and it will be a less functional version of an illusion.
Got +7.
Have you?
Yeah, Arcana.
Damn.
But I'm rolling like dog shit today, so...
Well, that's why I offer it as a, do you want to take the gamble or do you want to get the guarantee but spend the resource?
Gamble it. Gamble
It's your choice.
Take the deal.
Gamble.
Keep all the spell slots you can.
Yeah?
Deal or no deal.
For when they do spot us, because your Arcana failed.
Okay. Wow!
Yeah, take the deal.
Take the...
Yeah.
And if you don't
roll
Brianna, for
Arcana.
your sake,
Roll
if
for
there's not a
Arcana.
skill you can think of, just tell me what you want to do and then I'll find something
Okay,
that makes
cool.
it work for it. All right?
Do it.
Do it.
Ha! I rolled 5 +7.
12.
12.
Same as mine. Well,
Someone needs to
two
have
more than
fun
me.
coin.
Okay, don't worry about your next bit.
Oh.
Fucked it.
If you can take your miniatures and place them in the middle of this map,
Sure. Who wants front?
I'll go
No,
front.
but does.
I'll
Okay.
go front. No, semi-front. I said I was going to go front. Put you in front of Sentry.
I'm going to use this shitty skeleton as rammer.
Yeah. He can also be at the front.
Looks a bit gaunt.
Would he be at the front? You tell me.
Ho, ho.
What would this...
I think he would be near the front because he would be trying to like lead you guys as well. So you're moving in like a column, right?
Yeah.
So Nova, you do send out this image. It's not as fully functioning as a major image, but it's the same kind of essence of the spell that you use. And you send that out running in an opposite direction. And then you guys all dart down this major street that Ayla is taking you to lead you away from this bigger group. But what you all don't see is as you send the image out, you kind of have to step out for a moment and like gesture it to get into the location at the range. And one of these creatures kind of hidden like a gargoyle on top of a roof, like sees you, and then it just, and a group of about 6 to 7 of them, and then they begin rushing down. Unknown to you guys.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
So
Hey, Nova fucked
I'm
it
gonna
up
make.
again.
I'm gonna make.
Hey!
Oh, fuck's sake!
PTSD!
I got a shittier roll than you. I got 10. You got 12.
Okay.
So we both failed.
Oh, so yours will do. Okay.
So Quill,
Yeah.
luckily,
I mean, I hear everything.
you are very perceptive.
Yeah.
as you're making your way down, you know, in fact, actually, the way this would work is whose passive perception is above a 15? Yours is -5 anyway at the moment.
15.
Mine is 15.
Yours, that's fine, that's a success.
9.
9.
9.
Oh, Ayla's is 14. Ramus is also. So Lucius, Rama, and Quill, you are not surprised when you are ambushed.
Oh!
I knew this would
Here
happen.
we go, boys.
Knew it was coming. Knew it was coming.
There you are.
22 passive perception. I just want to point that out again.
Yeah, I know.
22.
Sorry, louder for the one in the back.
22. Passive.
Once more for the podcast.
Mine's now
listeners.
8.
Yours is 8.
It's so
8
far
now.
away. It should be in front of me.
What do you need?
The map, the whole map, like Sid set it up
Put
back
the-
there, but I need it
Oh, wait.
like here.
I'll have the cupcakes over here.
I think this is gonna.
There you go. There you go. Perfect.
Nice.
That's better.
Sorry, Sid. That wasn't an attack at you. Mark's just grumpy.
Can you put 2 of these guys at this back ruin over here?
Not like in here.
It's fine, we haven't fought anything in ages. Let's do it.
Wait, how many are there?
Like 10. Right?
Well, there are 7
7.
that you see emerge. We're going to roll initiative, but then, as I said, 3 of you are currently surprised.
Wow.
So we have Sentry, Quill, Nova,
What was yours?
Lucius,
Better than mine.
Ayla, Rama,
Oh dear.
and then the
7
ferals.
boys.
Can't remember how to fight.
What do fights?
We pick
Sentry.
up individual dice
12.
and throw them at Mark.
Yeah.
Quill,
5.
Nova,
15.
Lucius.
10.
I've got a million people to roll for now.
Just get rid of some of them.
No.
Why not just
Ayla
I don't think we've done combat
is
since November.
16.
Really?
First combat for 2020, boys.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
boy.
like
Is 20.
first combat for a couple of months, yeah.
I guess we did Dungeon of Mad Heart.
Ferals.
Yeah.
But with these boys,
21.
November.
I think it was Yamalo Tai was hard. No,
War
no,
Guardian
obviously
is
the portal.
17. Yikos.
Well, they all
So,
roll.
they're-
Well,
so the ferals go first,
all
and
of
they swarm towards you. So scrambling down from buildings, Lucius, Quill, and Rama, you're like, oh shit, as these things appear from the stone. And they're almost camouflaged, right? Because they're so overgrown, their metal has almost become like warped in color, where it's part rusted, it's part grey. Some of them look like they've painted themselves with mud, and they just blend in with this overgrown ruin surrounding, and they just leap towards all of you. So they can move 30 feet. So we're gonna go.
30 feet. I don't think anyone is not on us. Like every single one has.
Cool.
Roll, rock and roll, rock and roll.
Cool.
Sorry, you guys are all in 5 feet of me, you're fine.
Yeah. Oh my god. They're everywhere.
And then if these two can charge around the back.
Oh god.
Onto anyone in particular you want?
Ayla and then Lucius, one next to there. So basically completely swarming around.
Oh, I'm okay.
Okay, 7 attacks. They all have advantage because of pack tactics.
Protection.
So you can. That's one
one.
person.
Yeah, I
that's
have to
and that's
pick
your
one.
reaction.
Yeah.
So one of them is going to attack Rama,
And they get +2 on the saves.
which is going to be a hit. Unless Sentry, you want to try and use your protection.
Yeah.
I mean, just
So
let me
you
know
want
if
to use
there's
it on
any-
Rama because you only get once. Once you've used it, you can't use it again.
Actually, no, it'll be alright. Oh god.
Then the past die.
He's like, oh shit.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
You'll be fine. You can
right.
take it.
Next one's going to attack you. So with advantage, that is a 24.
Yeah.
Okay. 7 points of slashing damage as these kind of clawed forearms like just tear into you as best they can.
Okay, okay.
The next one is also going to attack you, Sentry. For that is only an 18 to hit.
That's a no way, Jose.
Remember, you don't have Helios at the moment.
Yeah.
So the shield just comes up and they scrabble against it. The next attack is against Nova.
Should have brought Helios.
Protect Nova.
So the highest attack roll I got was a 15.
Yeah, I'll protect.
Miss.
So misses.
17 is me.
Okay, so you don't need to use
Okay,
it.
nice.
Right? Well, actually, no, you have to declare it when I attack, so I'm guessing you declared it then.
I declared it then, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so the next one attacks Nova, you can't protection on this one. That is going to be a 22.
Yep.
So that's going to be 8 points of slashing damage to Nova. One against Ayla is a 18, which I think will hit her.
I think she's got just 18.
18. Ooh, that's a nasty one. 8, that's 11 points of damage.
Ooh.
And she's not raging yet. And then Lucius, Quill, this is against you.
Oh.
That's a 16.
Oh, just.
2, 3, 6 points of damage.
Okay.
As these things just tear down, they attack rapidly and in greater numbers. They're quite dangerous, but these aren't the toughest thing you've ever fought against.
Cool.
So far,
just slapping
seems
us.
okay.
They're rusted.
They are indeed. Rama, on his turn, will pull out his cutlass and a hand axe, and he begins trying to slash into them, basically, with 2 attacks. The first one is a hit, and the second one is a hit. I'm going to need the d6. So, cutlass. With his cutlass, he just cuts one down.
I'm gonna.
Oh, damn.
I'm just gonna move that pillar for a second.
Leave my pillars.
But it's like
In the way.
right there. Can
Are you touching my pillars?
Knock it down.
Never touch a man's pillars.
So,
Or his stones.
2, 3, 4.
So he just annihilated one.
He just annihilated one, and then the next one he hits, not for very much though, only for 2 points of damage, as his hatchet just buries into the head of one of these guardians. He pulls it back, and the guardian's just snarling in his face. And he's like, oh, shit. The longer we take to fight these things, the more that will come. Deal with them quickly, so we can get away. As he says that though, that's when you begin to hear...
Oh,
hello.
He's not too far away.
Here
That
we go,
boy.
here we go, here we go.
A big boy comes stomping in. You see him basically emerging from some building that he must have been inside of, and just like Mr. X in Resident Evil 2, he kicks the wall down.
Oh,
Ayla is going to make a dexterity saving throw,
she gets
as
plus
is the guy
2.
next to him. Okay.
Oh shit.
So she passes, so she basically manages to avoid being hit by the falling wall. The other little guardian, however, is not as lucky, and is going to take 9, kills him.
Oh my god.
He is flattened.
Ayla just
By this
stands
thing.
in the window as it falls over her.
And this guy steps
Classic.
through.
Oh god, he's already on her.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he moves lightning quick. And Sentry, you
God.
recognise this. This is
Yep.
a War Guardian. This is, do you remember back in Callie's Rest?
Yep.
The big guy?
Yep.
It's the same kind of model, but this one has a giant axe arm.
Oh my
and he
God.
just, with one hand, just kicks the door down. Death! Begins wailing in.
So death is a hell of a battle cry.
Yeah,
Death!
that's awesome.
He is going to make 2 attacks. One against Ayla, one against Lucius.
Dude just kicked down a wall.
Yep. The one against Ayla is a hit for 24. The one against Lucius is a natural 20.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a 3.
What have I told you, Tom?
You said that I have to do it for people around
That's
here.
true, I did, yeah. Okay. All right, so it's a 3.
I mean, it could probably be cheating because I was saving them for natural 20s.
Sure.
So it's up to you.
No. That's a way to use it. So it's a 3.
Okay. What
Mark
I
off
mean is
importance.
I was only using it for a natural
Sure.
20.
You could say it was
So it becomes a 3.
important.
It's a 3.
I mean, yeah, you can't save it for natural 20. Well, you can because I said you could wait until I announce my dice rolls. Yeah, sure. Right, so it misses Lucius. But it does still hit Ayla. Oh. So what do? Do you call out at the last second?
I saw it. I saw an axe going up into Lucius's head in a dream.
Hey,
No.
Stand tall.
that's a really bad damage roll for me as well. Only 12
Put a
points of
hand on his
damage.
head and then dip him down.
Notice you got a sticker on you.
Ayla kind of like throws herself to the side, but the cut kind of
Where?
carries up her body.
Your wrist. Where's
Wait,
your
what?
sticker?
Oh,
Yeah, we've all got stickers on.
I only got
We
a rat.
don't.
Oh.
I don't
I thought you had like a sneak sticker on.
It looks like it, yeah. That was
Anyway.
Rhiannon's gift.
know.
Love that guy. Where's he anyway?
He's in your heart, Tom.
Oh wait, we're going into a ghost town.
Okay.
It's a ghost town.
After them, after the big boy, it is Ayla's go. I'll just take all the turns, shall I?
Sure.
I mean,
Do you need us here? Should we just...
Ayla will, as a bonus action, rage.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just got whacked by an axe. and
Also, a lot of
sword.
people point out that, like, oh, when Ayla rages, she can't also use a Storm Aura. It does say when you start your rage and as a bonus action on subsequent turns.
Well,
So
there you
she
go.
can.
Yeah.
She will rage and then she will go a whacking twice.
Double whacking.
Natural 20.
Damn.
Nice.
No, it's not. It's a 5. No, carry on. Carry on.
Oh my god.
Her second attack was a natural 1. That
Oh,
balances
okay.
out.
I thought you were going to say it was
The
a double.
universe.
Literally natural 20 and then a natural 1. Right,
Jesus.
so
Booyah.
max damage is 8. Oh no, she's using it two-handed, so 10, 15. 17 because she's raging. She doesn't have the extra critical dice yet, I don't think.
Extra critical dice.
Yeah, barbarians get like crazy. They get crazy. She gets an extra crit dice.
They do.
I guess that would
Plus
be your
another 9 that I just rolled, so 17 plus 9 is 24.
26. 17 plus 9.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah,
26.
26.
Sure.
Look at me like that. Fuck, idiot.
The giant hammer just slams into the side of this big guy as he goes stumbling back, taking a heavy blow. He kind of stumbles back. The second attack Ayla has misses, and then the Storm Aura blasts forward. That is a failure on his dex saving throw. However, as the lightning from Ayla's aura hits this creature, it shows no sign of being damaged, and in fact, its muscles swell as the lightning damage hits it.
Making it stronger.
Making them stronger.
He regains he regains 6 hit points.
Alrighty.
And Ayla looks visibly confused, like, no, why? Nova.
Hi, I would like to
Get out of this clusterfuck.
Tiangong this guy here, the guy nearest to me, and Green Flame Blade it as well.
Sure.
Straight up Stabberoo. So
Green. Flame.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
Nice.
23,
Good
24, 25 to hit.
That will hit the rusted Feral Guardian.
Yeah.
You can call him
So
a
damage to him.
Damage to him is D10, 10,
Yeah,
15.
Plus the extra D8 for Green Flame Blade.
That's Green Flame is a 1.
So 16 to him.
And then, yeah, hold on a minute. Sorry, I just missed the freaking spell. And then it's 1d8 plus 5 to this one. So 5, 6, 7 to the second target, which is, yeah.
Okay,
this guy.
so the first target dies. Second target takes that damage. So was that 6?
5, 6, 7.
7. Yeah, these things don't look particularly tough. They're rusted, they're... No, you want a pencil.
I mean, they're a pack.
They're packed, they're rusted, they don't seem particularly dangerous. And also, they look old. These ones look like they have been here for a long time. Rusted, overgrown, partly collapsed in metal.
Grim from bread.
Grim front bread. Sentry.
I'm just going to do a good old-fashioned smackaroo.
Okay.
So I'm going to
Smackaroo.
target that one, and on my second attack, target that one.
Okay, so first target, roll to see if you
First
hit.
one, 10 plus... Where am I? Where am I stuff? 10 plus 17.
Hits.
Nice. And then...
Damage.
D8 plus 4. Oh, that's a 4. And then
Wait,
the
D8
second
plus
one...
4?
Yeah, I just rolled a 4.
So plus
I got
4.
8.
8.
8.
Yep.
No, I got no, I rolled a 2.
6.
Oh, you rolled.
My God, my maths. Yeah, 6.
Okay, 6.
Cool. And then the second one, 9 plus 7, 16.
Hits.
And then the other one's gonna take 9.
9. Neither of them go down, but heavily injured as the axe cleaves into the sides of each one, and they kind of stumble back. Guardian!
Oh. Oh, I
They
hate
kind of
that.
call out.
Oh, that's scary.
I don't like that one.
Done?
I'm done.
Lucius.
I'm going to disengage.
Oh,
Because
so
this-
action, disengage.
Yeah, and I'm going to move
Move wherever you like. You got 30 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Sure, 25.
Can I cast spells from behind that by like
Yeah, absolutely can.
reaching
Yeah,
out?
absolutely can. Gives you cover, potentially.
Yep, I'm behind the pillar.
All right, nice. And so that was your whole turn, because your action,
Yes.
movement, no bonus actions.
Nope.
Quillick.
Not for use now, but do I know if these are undead?
Interesting question. I think you would need to take some time to figure that out. So you can either do that now as a check, as an action,
Not
or
right now.
when they're all dead.
I won't. Yeah, I don't need to use it right now. But okay, I am just gonna boop the guy next to me with a shocking grasp.
Yep, it does count as having metal armor, so you have advantage on this.
Oh, do I?
Yep,
Very cool.
I like Shotgun Grasp, it's really cool.
19. 18.
Okay, 19's a hit.
So that's a 2d8.
Look at you using your cantrips.
Yeah. Oh,
Not spending spell slots, what a good boy.
Good boy. That's 15 damage
15 damage to which one?
to this little nerd next to
That
me.
one there? He's dead.
Bloody nerd.
Yeah. He's dead.
Okay, he's dead.
Can I... and then I just want to duck around. Oh, I guess I'll get into his engagement range.
Also, you're... Where were you?
I was here, right next behind Nova.
5, 10. You're in the big guy's threatened range.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. He's a big boy.
Cool.
And his giant axe, he has reach.
Yeah.
Like, he can hit anything 10 feet around him.
He's got reach.
Yeah.
Sure. Can I... I'll, Shield of Faith myself.
Okay, bonus action, Shield of Faith.
Yes.
So cantrip and then, yep, so you can do that. All right, back up to the top, the ferals, the remaining
I've got
ferals.
that barrier,
These
right?
things, by the way, even when injured, even when there others are dying around them,
Just keep going.
they just keep going. They don't show any signs of stopping. They show very little human emotion. We're basically going to have one attack on Rama, one attack on Sentry, one attack on Nova.
Cool.
They still have pack tactics because there's still enough of them within range. Rama takes a hit. Where's my D4? No!
What's the D for? Don't answer
There
that.
it is.
I regret it immediately.
Oh no.
So many answers for you.
Rama takes a pretty nasty blow to the face as one kind of catches him and he's like, fuck off! As he kind of leans back.
Got it in there.
There it is. He said the thing.
Said the thing. The one against you, Sentry, complete miss. Just can't get past your defenses.
Yeah.
And then do you want to protection this round against?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, actually, no, you've got to wait until the start of your next turn before you get your reactions back. This is
Okay.
something I've learned. So
Alright.
when you spend your reaction,
Yep.
you don't get your reaction again until the start of
That
your
makes
next
sense.
turn, right?
Cool. Yep.
So you can't reaction again on this one.
Nice, no worries.
But that's only an 11 to hit Nova. So with Tiangong, you parry the creature to the side and send it sprawling.
Awesome.
Rama on his turn will try and mop up two of these guys. That's a hit on the first one. That's a hit on the second one.
Damn. It's going to wipe these.
Yeah, well, luckily they've also been already injured by Sentry,
Yeah.
which is enough that he doesn't get strong hits on them, but he targets the points that Sentry's already weakened, almost like a sneak attack, almost. And he's just like, and he jabs his sword in one, pulls it off.
So he's a
and then
ranger.
The other one, he throws the throwing axe to the side, just hits embeds into the neck, and
Amazing.
these two go down.
Nice.
Bam.
What a boy.
Yeah, he seems, I would say, he's a 3-class NPC. He has abilities of a fighter, a rogue, and a ranger.
Oh, sweet.
He doesn't have class levels, he just has abilities from the three of them.
That's very cool.
So it kind of suited his character.
He's a
Yeah.
powerful boy, too.
Triple threat.
He's an NPC.
Yeah.
He's an NPC. After Rama goes, however, Bigman.
Here we go, here we go, here we
Here
go.
comes Bigman.
Bigman Slam-a-lot.
And Bigman just like steps in basically. He's just like, I want to hit all of you.
Step into the fray.
He's going to target Ayla and Quill as the two closest targets.
Oh, wait. So is he doing like a sweeping attack on everyone?
No,
Okay.
he's doing one attack against Ayla, one attack against you.
Can I...
Do play.
I'll make one of his... The one against me a 5.
You're just going to spend both portents now.
No. Carry on.
Okay. The one against Ayla is a 25 to hit. The one against Quill is a 13.
I hate this.
Jeez.
And I keep rolling really bad for his damage. So 8, 6, 9.
No.
Oh, what a shame.
Just not.
Ayla is now raging, so she only takes half.
Girl,
Yeah.
region.
So she takes 6. Just kind of gets slammed against the wall by this thing. You narrowly duck under the giant axe in his path. On Ayla's turn, she's going to whack twice.
Whack.
Whack, whack, whack,
Both
whack, whack.
times will miss. The heavy armor. This thing, by the way, it's not like a normal Guardian. Like Sentry has like wooden parts as long as like metal plating. Actually, no, not now. Now you're mainly got like the extra armor, right?
Yeah.
It's more like you. There's extra metal plating, like plate armor on top of him.
Yeah.
So he's just clad in metal, and he's just
Cool.
like, poof. And both of Ayla's hammer strikes are just, ding, just don't penetrate through.
Yeah.
And she reaches up to blast him with lightning, and is like, no. And she's too far away from the other one to blast the other one. So
That's a good point. I was about to shocking grasp him. Didn't even think.
after Big Boy goes, it is after Ayla goes Nova.
So we've still got this one boy here.
Just one little boy.
I'm gonna clear the field and go for him.
Sounds
with
smart.
Same again, Tiangong and Green Frame.
Green frame bread.
That is a 10 to hit.
Not gonna hit this guy, this little boy. He just narrowly dodges it. He has an AC of 11.
Ugh.
Hi, I'm Nova and I'm totally useless.
Yeah, so you just swing,
Nova,
you
I never
kind
fucking
of channel
learned
the
how to
green flame,
Um,
swing, goes wide.
yeah, I got literally nothing else.
Sentry.
Green Flame, I guess Green Flame is only if it hits.
If it hits, and even then it has to be another creature within 5 feet of the target, so the big boy wouldn't have counted.
But it still it still flames him though.
It does extra
Yeah,
damage
yeah.
to him, yeah.
Cool.
Sentry.
I'm going to hit him the big boy.
You can turn around.
Turn around. Give him the old smackaroo 1, 2. Divine Smite on one of them as well.
Okay, well that's if you hit.
If I hit.
Yeah,
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. 17 plus 7, 24.
that's a hit.
Nice old Divine Smite this boy.
Okay, so normal damage first.
Yeah, D8 plus 4. Here we go. That is a 9 to start with.
9, yep.
And then a bunch more. Ba-da-ba-ba.
A load more numbers.
So what level Divine Smite?
I
you
do
gonna
level 2 for this
Level
boy.
2, so 2d8 extra.
2 extra.
Oh no,
yeah.
it's 2d8 base plus an extra d8 because level
Extra
2.
D8, yeah.
He is undead, so 4d8
4d8.
is what you add.
Delicioso.
Thanks for answering that question for me.
5, 10,
You
15.
need to research it.
Plus 6.
I mean,
21.
This is your research.
21 extra
Yeah.
points of
21
damage.
extra points.
Yep, that'll do it.
damn.
Whoop whoop.
Sentry.
So you see, it doesn't kill him, but Sentry just brings the axe down. The energy from the Matrix flows up into the axe, causing the blade to glow purple, and just cleaves into him. A deep, clean cut through the armor.
Purple, eh?
It's always been purple with
Just red.
Sentry.
Yeah.
just
I am
make
a,
that
I am a
connection.
purple. Purple girl. Nice, nice, nice.
You know who else is purple? You know who else is a purple girl? Start me.
Lucius.
Purple base.
I'm going to peek out and I'm going to cast Acid Splash at the big boy.
Okay.
Can you make a dex saving throw, please?
I love this. Look at you all telling me ready on it. I rolled an 18, minus 1, 17.
Succeeds, so
Okay.
you'll take half.
So it's less that he dodges and more that as the
Oh wait,
spell...
it's just complete miss.
Just complete miss? Yeah, because it's a cantrip. Yeah. So he just basically throws himself to the side as the acid impacts the ruins behind him and just begins bubbling the stone away.
I'm guessing it doesn't trigger dichromancy.
It's a cantrip. It's only first level
Yeah, it
spell
wouldn't,
right?
would it? Yeah. You passed.
Quill.
I mean, I want to get away from this nerd, but I can't. Let me
You could disengage.
Like I did.
I could shocking grasp him. That'll stop his reactions, wouldn't it?
It would.
Just
He
like
It would stop his
lightning.
reaction.
Loves lightning.
I will do. Oh,
Is
it's
he?
5 foot. That guy's not within 5 feet of me, is he?
He's not.
Wait, so you said his range, how far is it? Could I move away from him and still not trigger the...
If you stay within his threat range, yeah. So
How
if
far
you,
is his
so,
threat range?
10 feet.
Both.
So could I go here?
No, just a spell.
So could I go
Yes.
there? Okay, in that case,
You've
I
not
want
left
to...
his threatened area.
This is dumb, by the way. This is a bad move. I want to do a Word of Radiance, and it's 5 feet, and I've just moved more than 5 feet away from him. So what's the point of that? You know? I'll Sacred Flame him.
The big guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He needs to do a Dexterity save. How dexterous is he?
He is also magically resistant, which I forgot when I rolled your saving throw. 17.
Yeah.
It's almost like, and it's the same thing. In fact, actually, not quite a retcon, but when the acid splash went, it's less he dodged, and there seems to be some sort of field around him that is
Barrier.
it's throwing magic off. And the same with the sacred flame is it almost like reflects off of him like armor. You can get through it, but he's just magically resistant, basically.
Sure.
After Quill, anything else, Quill?
That's all for now.
One last little boy. He's going to attack Nova, but he doesn't have advantage anymore. That's going to be a 20 to hit, Nova.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend your reaction?
Yeah,
Or do you want to
go on
save
then.
it?
Yeah,
Yep,
I'll
so
spend
with
it.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
I can min-max.
Still a 20. I rolled a 19 on the second roll. So 20 to hit.
I can min-max dichromancy.
How?
If I attack the one with
8.
low AC, it will dichromancy and auto hit
It does, yeah.
Big Boy.
Yeah, it's not as much damage sometimes, but yeah, it means you
chain
can
lightning.
guarantee damage off. Because dichromancy is meant to be like chip damage. It's like, oh, I'm going to hit that guy with a spell, but now I get 5 damage on this guy.
Yeah.
That's what it's meant to be. Because sorcerers are a damage dealing class. So Nova, that's like 8 points of damage as this Feral Guardian just kind of tries to tear into you as he's desperately fighting. Even with Sentry's interference, he manages to get past the defenses.
Cleric is a damage dealing class as well.
Yeah, we all know that.
Shut up. Rama will, he threw his throwing axe, so he uses his new spare hand to pull his pistol, his Thunderstone pistol out.
Okay.
He turns, fires it at the one remaining Feral Guardian.
Does he?
Yep. Natural 1. It blows up in his hand.
Wow.
Boy.
It's a Thunderstone weapon. Do you remember
Yeah.
this? Like, they... so he goes, the click of the capstone hitting the Thunderstone inside, and he's just like, oh no, as it kind of blows up in his face.
Is it a louder explosion?
It's loud. Yeah, it's very loud.
Cool.
Sweet.
Why did we bring?
You mean by the way, him making that gunshot is no louder than like Ayla's massive hammer hitting this guy kicking the wall down like, oh yeah!
Amazing.
The Thunderstone is not making it any worse.
Yeah.
How loud are spells?
Spells are pretty loud because you're like, my name is blah.
Don't forget the cool one-liners. We're obviously
Yeah.
bantering out as well.
But yeah, you basically watch him as he's like, ah! It's like this thing. It doesn't destroy the gun, but it's like the explosion like burns his hand, and he's just like, that was a bad idea. And he kind of stumbles over to make his second attack with his sword. Misses. So he moves over to that guy. He's just like,
boy.
"Whoa,
Wow, what a-
whoa, I'm much better than this, I promise.
Oh dear.
Fuck's sakes, the oh yeah has gone.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Bring it.
I think the big guy, he doesn't think very well. He just focuses on Ayla because Ayla's the one mainly hurting him. No, Sentry just did a load of damage to him. He targets you.
Go on.
Even though she's Guardian?
Yeah. This
You
thing
don't
does
care.
not seem to care.
Yeah. Bring it. I'm ready.
Your AC is so high, holy crap.
Yeah, man.
Your battle axe,
Hello.
it's not magical, is it?
No. I believe not.
Okay. You did how much damage with your base weapon? That last attack.
Was it like I think it was a 9.
It was like it was
It
like
was
9,
9,
wasn't
yeah.
it? Yeah. Okay, that's
5 plus 4, yeah.
so 31.
And it was like 21 on top.
When your axe, I'm going to retroactively because this is
Yeah.
I can see.
Go for it.
When your axe hit him, the body it's made of, the axe did nothing.
Oh, fuck.
But the radiant energy did. The magical energy
Interesting.
absolutely did. Also, when Ayla's magic hammer hit him,
Yeah.
took damage from that as well. So I will tell you now, non-magical weapons do not harm this thing.
Interesting.
And then he tries to slam you twice.
But what if you cast a spell on a weapon and
Doesn't
then
make it
attacks,
magical.
It doesn't make
no.
it magical.
It makes the damage of the spell will be magic damage. So
Right.
like Wrathful Smite, it
Yeah.
would say do 2d8 thunder damage.
Yeah.
That absolutely fine. The base weapon,
But no.
damage.
Cool.
Unless you have a thing. Some classes like monks get a thing where it's like
Yeah.
any weapons you use are magical. Not this one.
Nice, awesome.
A 18 to hit you.
Nope.
A 26 to hit you.
That does indeed.
That'll do it.
That'll do it pretty well. Oh, hello. I like this face.
Do you?
17 points. 17
Green is
points
like
of
a
slashing
knife.
damage.
He loves Matt
Nice.
a lot.
Cool beans.
A little bit too much.
Are you?
I'm fine. I'm getting there.
I like math faces are the best.
It's not helping. Ayla, attack twice. 16, miss. Fucking God, I'm rolling so bad as Ayla.
Good, not bad.
10 to hit. Just swinging wildly. No blows connect with this thing. They just keep bouncing off it. It keeps parrying them
Crikey.
as it does. Nova.
It's like he was built to do this.
Can I
Yeah.
cast
Funny that.
I know.
slow on?
On.
Actually, I can do both. It's up to 6 creatures, so why not? Let's get both of them.
Both of them. So
Lucius,
Wisdom
why not?
saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. It does have
16.
it has resistance on magical effects against
Really?
your spell.
Really?
Wisdom though, yeah.
Wisdom, yeah, 16.
Ooh. 7 was my highest. 7. Slowed.
So both of them are.
No, I'm rolling for the other one now. Slowed. They're both slowed.
Slowed.
Nice.
So that's a concentration spell.
So concentration. So speed is halved. AC and Dex saving throws are -2. No reaction. You can only do an action or a bonus action, and you have 1 attack.
Yeah, it can't make 2 attacks. It's a really good spell.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Great job, Nova. After Nova, we go to Sentry.
I'm gonna do the same old. Smacky Divine Smite.
Okay.
See
So
me play.
-2 to AC.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll factor that in.
Cool. So let's go to that's a 9
Plus.
plus. Yeah, that's 9 in total.
Oh, with total,
Yeah.
even with -2. Yep, that's not going to hit.
Cool. Try
Second
again.
attack.
Oh, 10.
Even though it's moving slower, it seems to know it's been affected by a spell. So rather than leaving itself open, it's bringing its like more defensive armor plating in, and it's kind of just turning and shrugging the blows off. Even though it doesn't have the speed to do it, it's using its immense bulk to defend itself
Nice.
instead, as it blocks your attacks. Lucius.
I'm going to cast Firebolt at it this time.
Oh,
I know. +7. 20.
20 will hit it.
2d10.
Yep. 2d10. It's going to take all of this damage. He's trying. He tries to get them out of the gemstone thing.
20.
On both. So what, do you get 2 10s?
Jesus.
He did.
Wow.
The boy did.
The boy did it!
Not only that, when you conjure the flame and launch it at it, it hits the creature, and it's made of metal, but you seem to hit like whatever wooden components are hidden beneath the metal.
Nice.
This thing freaks out. It is like it hates fire. It despises being on fire.
Ah, 'tis weak to
But not
fire.
only that, the injuries it sustains drives it berserk.
Oh, cool.
But like the hit yourself in the face with an axe kind of berserk,
No.
right?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
But yeah, the flame seems to terrify it. Quill.
Interesting.
Do I have any flame stuff now that I've seen that?
Yeah.
I don't believe I do.
Okay, well, what are you doing?
I'm just going to do another.
Can I ask a question about reaction?
Sure.
If I've done an action, can I
Yes.
do a reaction in the same turn?
Yeah. Not what on your turn. Normally a reaction is in trigger to something.
Yeah.
So if you have an ability that says as a
the
reaction.
group's turn.
Yeah,
I've
like
done
in
my
somebody
action.
else's, even a monster's turn, you can use a reaction.
I'm not going to metagame.
Well, what are you trying to do? So we can explain the rules a bit better.
Well, I can change your element.
Yes, you can. That's true. No,
change
that's not
my
metagaming. You know that you can do that with sorcery.
But Quill doesn't.
No, but you know.
I mean, if I'm casting something, you use your reaction to
Change it into
Yeah.
whatever spell
Yeah,
I'm doing.
absolutely.
right? I mean, that,
It doesn't change
Thing
what
is,
Tom's going to do. Tom's still going to cast
I
a
was
spell.
going to use Sacred Flame, which is Radiant, but you know.
Radiant isn't
I
fire.
can't change it to fire.
No, that's true. It has to be your dichromancy option, so it's pointless in this.
So what do
discussion.
you?
Just saying, you can cast anything you want and then make it work.
That was just you having a bit of a power play, right?
No, it's good though because
If you didn't have any spells that would hurt it,
I see.
or you
Okay.
were going to heal it, I could change that, like Ayla, lightning. I could
cool.
change that.
You could change Ayla's Storm Aura only each time she uses it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice. All right, well, I'm going to do a Sacred Flame, so it's a dex save from.
And as a free action, you can say like, Ayla, use your lightning, and she'd be like, huh? And you'd be like, use your lightning, and then you could change it.
Okay, cool.
That's
yeah, so I'm Sacred Flaming him. That's a dex save.
Okay, dex save. He does have advantage.
-2 to Dex saves.
He does have -2, but he still has advantage because of the magic resistance. That's on a. The aversion to fire would give him disadvantage. So we'll just call it as a straight roll, which was the first one, which is a failure.
Cool. Well, lower than 15.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was low.
2d8. 10 damage.
Radiant.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's enough. It injures it, doesn't make it freak out or anything, but it still causes damage. It's just like, fire, no!
Oh god, this guy in front of us is still alive.
He probably, I think, like, as it's burning, it calls out the name of another guardian. It calls out, like, Barrier, no! Must save! Like,
Oh.
that's why it hates fire. Some sort of memory from the war.
It's the Hound.
So,
That's all.
that's all. We go back up to the top.
RIP,
One-
season 8.
The one little boy coming for Nova. Doesn't have advantage, so that's an 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
That is 11 points of slashing damage.
11.
Ooh.
Yep.
And then slow is
concentration.
Yes, so you need to make a concentration check.
So concentration saving throw?
The DC would be 10.
What?
So Constitution.
Constitution.
So it's a Constitution saving throw, DC 10.
10.
Just passes.
Boom.
So you're keeping it. The creature doesn't have any extra attack, so it just makes this one, but kind of fumbles around trying to do so. Rama will try and finish this thing off with his saber. Cuts its head off.
Hey.
Nice.
That's better.
Funzo.
Yeah. It was super low on its hit points, just nobody could hit it. He just rams the saber through, like cuts its head off, throws its body to the ground. He's like,
God.
he's kind of like nursing his hand, like he's dropped the gun and he's like kind of holding it back, and then he wheels on the big guy. The big guy turns, exposes his back to Nova, and then rams this pillar towards Lucius.
Oh.
Yep. And then Ayla gets a free attack opportunity, which is going to hit for 11 points of damage.
Cool.
Lucius, can you make a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
21.
21. You dodge. Which side do you want to dodge to?
To the left.
Well, you just move yourself.
How much?
5 foot, so move yourself 5 foot.
Damn.
As this falls down. I'm going to make that his movement, though, because he basically just shoulder charges it. Does that affect it? Just
that
half his
half
speed?
movement,
Yeah.
yeah.
I made a strength check for him, so and then he's going to basically make 2 attacks.
He can only make one.
He can only make 1, in which case he will... It's smart enough to know that you cast a spell, so it will target Nova.
Cool.
That is a 21.
Yeah, that'll hit me.
Yeah, I'll say protection.
You want to do protection, so disadvantage? I rolled 2 14s. 14, 14. So, sorry, Nova. It hits you. 4, 5, plus 9, 14, plus another 4, 18 points of slashing damage. Oh.
Ow.
Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Yeah, that'll fail.
That'll fail. Yep. So the slow fades as you're like driven down into the ground, narrowly avoiding being cut in half by this huge blow as it stumbles backwards.
Crikey.
Ayla.
I'm not looking good.
Kill it.
Do you want to call out to Ayla, like, blast it with lightning, or are you not bothered?
I think the distraction of the pillar would not
Okay.
be... Yeah, I'd break my concentration.
Ayla hits it twice, luckily. I actually hit properly. this
Hey.
time. 13, no, 15 on the first hit. Oh my god, 15 on the second. I just rolled 2 8, so 30 points of damage, which is enough to finish this thing.
Ayla.
Ayla kind of taking its moment where it exposes her back. I kind of imagine like she jumps up on its back, grips it by the back of the neck, gets the hammer, 1 on the head. Ah! And it just slams, and you just hear something snap as its inner brain is like crushed, and the body just slumps to the ground, and she just kind of kicks herself up off of it, basically. And with that, that is a point to wrap up, because
Man.
you're getting the message from Sid.
Oh boy.
That was a
What
good
a
wrap-up.
Cool
Yeah,
combat.
that
A nice quick combat.
Nice little tasty combat.
But next time round, we've got to keep on running.
Well, and this is the thing, right? That combat, that ambush occurred because you got to keep making these skill checks to move through unnoticed.
Yeah.
God, okay.
And
So,
we've made a lot of noise now.
and you made a lot of noise.
Yeah.
But how much progress have we made?
You are several hours in.
Okay.
Of like
It's
10, right?
Well, if you're moving stealthily, yeah, it's going to take a while.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
Crikey.
Good to know.
Awesome.
GG's.
Man,
So-
what a great episode.
but I will say before we
20.
fully end, yeah, it's getting darker as you make your way through the city.
I think we made a
I'm
mistake.
afraid no ghosts.
I think we made a terrible
We
mistake.
made a terrible, terrible mistake.
Great episode, everyone.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jeez.
Got to move on with some stuff. Tom, read out those donations because my eyes are old.
Hey, Kenku Noise as well. Thank you for your quarter hundo. There's the saying, pop. Area of Chaos. This is my first time donating, but I thought I should because it's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
You're 16 and I've been watching you guys since I was 12.
Oh my gosh.
So I wanted to say thank you for helping me get through being a
Wait, what?
teenager.
I would like to point out it is High Rollers' 4th birthday next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Next week. Yeah.
Before.
We've been doing this for 4 years, bud.
The Linadan with $30 dues. Thank you very
Crikey.
much. Rhiannon, please go to LAPR.
That's meant to be LAR.
No.
LAR, right.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. You really enjoy it. You can make Alza of the Void walk it in real life with blood magic.
That's so tempting, man.
And real
Do
blood.
it.
Yeah,
Real blood.
real blood. I'd love to go. I really would. It's on my list of things to do.
Zunan Shunan? Completely forgot there was a stream last Sunday. At least I get 2 episodes in one day. Also, Drunk Nova is the best thing in 2020 so far. Man,
Hell yeah.
it's early in 2020.
Big donor.
Whoa!
Mr. Owen Kane.
Thank you so much, man.
$211.
Wow.
What?
Whoa. Thank you.
Very
Whoa,
important
thank you
message
very
of
With
much.
just a smiley face.
smiley face.
Smiling
Smiling
face.
face.
38
Face.
cents as well.
That's
That's it, yeah. Raging Rhino 101. Loving the show as always. Keep up the good work. I played in my favourite D&D group to play in yesterday, and you know your family loves D&D when you're getting fireballed by your sister. Question mark. What were those D10 at the start for?
They were to see which members of the wolf pack were injured.
How close
They
were we to
wrote out all
Ferris?
their name. I'm going to tell you.
And finally, Varys with no message. Thank you very much.
Cheers, dude. Thank
There we
you.
go.
Thank you very
Perfect.
much.
Thank you guys. Thanks for joining us on this episode. As mentioned, please do check out D&D Beyond and NordVPN, our
Yes.
sponsors. If you guys check them out, it does make a big difference to us. Even if you just visit the website or if you pick up the subscription or you create an account, it does help us if you follow the links.
Pretty good deal.
And it's a great deal, and they're great products. Use them.
Yeah.
Check out the January sale for merch. All
Good.
on sale right now. Get cool t-shirts, get the Prime collection, get all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Check out, we're going to have more content on the HR Twitch coming soon.
Yes.
We're all streaming a lot more on our personal channels, whether that's Hat Films. Is it Nano Sounds or still Yogscast Kim? Yogscast Kim. Rihanna, Razzie Gower.
Natters.
Natters.
With 3 T's.
Natters with 3 T's. Sherlock_Humes. And Tom doesn't have one because he's lame.
Well, I do, just don't use it.
Also, happy birthday, Tom.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And we will see you next Sunday
For our
as the
4th
city-
birthday.
as the players descend into the City of Glass.
Woo!
Goodbye.
Bye.
Small square, big square.
you.